It's JX Tiger, who has certainly been bringing the fire this weekend.
Yeah, strong. Can they keep up with Queen Walkers? Queen Walkers did put up a 14 star. They won 13 to 12, so their defenses were really strong against the Phillian as well. So now it's going to be the question, JX Tiger, will they be able to hold Queen Walkers from attackers like Gaku, Stadra, we have Klaus, Stars, and then we have the last attacker who loves to come in with all the pressure. We talked with him yesterday to end the show, Yuta 14, who is the captain of the Queen Walkers. They were the runners-up from last season, or last year, against alternate attacks, and they are definitely the favorites. Now take it.
They definitely are. I think everyone has their eye on them, as does JX Tiger, to try and overtake them in this upper bracket match. But Queen Walkers really has been looking very, very solid. And you mentioned JX Tiger being that defensive team here. Queen Walkers is notorious for coming in, pulling in those big star counts, and that is what we expect to see today.
We are indeed going to have to take a look at the percentages and stars as well. But for Queen Walkers, they've been holding really strong, but they were bringing those box spaces previously, and those really stumped some of the opponents to stop them in their tracks, because those Queen Walkers are made up of a lot of Legend League players, including Gaku, who loves to usually go first. So that's what you get, the experience of Legends League. When you can't prep, you can't blend, you just got to go in with it, and that's what these wars are. You have just a few minutes to actually plan your attack, and then you have to do it in the competitive scene with so much pressure on the line.
Yeah, you know, JX Tiger, they have been, I want to say, the dark horse throughout this series so far. So Queen Walkers might take a different approach, different strategy with them, because they know that this team is not necessarily shown in many of the community leagues that they're playing in.
Yeah, Queen Walkers are probably the team that's shown the most amongst all of these streamers that are covering especially this war. We have our eyes on all of these players coming in with their coveted attacks. We know Stadra, he loves to attack usually first in the wars, tends to typically come with those P.E.K.K.A smashes, and then Yuta 14 always attacks last. He's never once attacked other than 5th. He always does it. They stick with their typical lineup. We'll have to see what they want to do here. But JX Tiger, they're going to be bringing it. They know the pressure. They are coming as huge underdogs. I wonder what the community is voting, what they think. I'm sure majority are probably picking Queen Walkers to take it all.
I think the majority would, and deservedly so, knowing that we do have the Vice World Champions here and looking to claim that title. And as they're here, set, ready to go, it looks like they are focused.
They are indeed. They are all sitting right next to each other. And that's the beautiful thing is when you're in the same room to play, you're able then to talk right next to each other. You don't have to be worried about over voice. And then you can help spot your teammates, which makes a huge difference, especially being able to see from their perspective. Because when you're watching from inside the war, every Clash of Clans player knows there's a little bit of a delay. So you have to be predicting exactly what's about to happen in the attack so you can tell that player who's attacking to be ready for something that's about to come.
Yeah, that reminds me of the 2019 World Championships where we had the players live on the stage having that beautiful environment and seeing Maxi over his teammate's shoulders. You know, that's the kind of environment that we're seeing a lot of the players working with today. They might not be here with in the studio with us, but they are working together, and we get to see them working together live, seeing their excitement and reactions throughout.
Yeah, it's incredible to be able to get that. Usually when you're at home, you're away from your teammates, it's really hard to get into that atmosphere. If they win, you know they will be cheering. They could be jumping up and down. Just so much excitement, and I know all the viewers at home cannot wait for this first war, because this war, we've got Queen Walkers and JX Tiger. Remember, it's double elimination. So if you're just tuning in and wondering, well, what happens to the team that loses, they're going to go down to the lower bracket, and they will still have another opportunity to try to make it to the finals, because in the lower bracket will be Tribe Gaming and Badzinger. But let's kick this one off with the first attack coming in from Vic of JX Tiger. We got ourselves the P.E.K.K.A Smash. Notice the base. It does Tigers have the Inferno Towers right kind of in a line with the Eagle Artillery all the way to the top side. We're taking a Siege Barracks, so this could, we've seen it before, result in a 1-star. We've only seen one 1-star so far in the World Championship.
Yeah, and that was a game changer in the matchup, really helping Badzinger. I don't know that we'll see this today. Not that I want to jinx it here, but I think Vic is a long-standing P.E.K.K.A Smash player, and we did actually see them in the World's warm-ups, providing us with some new content with the P.E.K.K.A Smashes earlier this year. Beautiful push coming in. We see the Loons actually taking the lead here for those healers. We want to pick up some of the traps along the way, but they can also take down the defenses.
Absolutely. Now just luring out the CC of the Rocket Loons to the Warden ability goes on and protects a bunch of the troops right through the middle of this space, pushing towards the Town Hall on the backside. The jump should give him access towards the Town Hall, not going to go into the multi, but the P.E.K.K.A are ignoring. Oh no, they do come back around to the jump. The Rage is continuing this up, and luckily these healers are under the Rage. They're going to keep these P.E.K.K.As full health, and now the Hog Riders are coming over to make their way to the multi-target front, with the Town Hall just going down.
Those Hog Riders protecting the Royal Champion, who's able to hold on to the ability. Typically, you want this approach when you have some heavy-hitting items on the back end, but there are none here.
Wow.
No scatter shots, no single targeting Infernos. This is looking absolutely wiped out as Vic continues to concentrate and make sure that this is a done deal.
It is indeed a done deal. Let's go and get some love in the chat for Vic and some 3 stars. Hype indeed. What a way to kick off the first attack in day number 3 with the pressure on the line here, Lady B.
Oh, pressure does not seem to be getting to Vic. Having the first lead attack here in a very important matchup, because with this upper bracket match, you get a huge advantage going into the final spot.
Absolutely.
If you win your finals, you're going to be in a good position to actually not have to force into another war.
Yeah, like you said, you win from the upper bracket. The winner of this goes to the finals match. No matter what, the worst they can do if they win this will be second place, because they'll be waiting there. They have to lose 2 times in a row in order in the grand final match not to get that championship trophy, which you see right behind us right here. They are all chasing after that. Because Alternate Attacks has been knocked out, a new champion will be crowned this year, and that's the amazing thing about the competitive scene in Clash of Clans. It can go at any point. If you have one really down war, that can make everything, and you will be knocked out, as we've seen it.
Yeah, and this is definitely something that Queen Walkers is looking to finally take advantage of. Having wound up in second place to ATM, this is their opportunity to shine and pick up that first place this year in the World Championships. Stadra, as you called it, kicking off in that first place position and doing what he does so well, the Super P.E.K.K.A Smash. He is a resident ground attacker and kicking this one off with a Warden to start setting up the funnel.
Well, I got some awesome stats for all the stats lovers out there in chat. Out of the last 94 attacks that Stadra has done, 81 of them has been with the P.E.K.K.A Smash. He loves this attack strategy, and he does it so well. So as a base builder, if you're JX Tiger, you know at least one of your bases is guaranteed basically to be hit with the P.E.K.K.A Smash.
And I think he's got a pretty good hit rate with it as well, so you're guaranteed to see that 3-star head-to-head matchup from the start. Let's see if we can do it, though, or if JX Tiger has found a way to defend Stadra. So we come in with the P.E.K.K.As, with those Super Wizards behind. We need to see the healers transferring over to the P.E.K.K.A stack, but we do at least have a goal in providing some additional tank early through.
Yeah, with that tank, he's trying to continue to push the Warden ability going off, really wanting to protect those P.E.K.K.As. That's the key with this attack strategy. You keep your P.E.K.K.As alive, you'll be able to keep the Super Wizards behind them alive, since they will be the ones that are tanking for in front. Now with that King ability going off, we have taken out the Eagle Artillery, so we don't have to worry about that hitting our troops as he continues to move through. But the problem is, this Queen, she should make her way to the Town Hall after this multi-target Inferno goes down. We do have some of those P.E.K.K.As that did wander off to the right side. Queen with her ability. Come on, Queen. Oh, she should secure the Town Hall here with her ability no matter what.
Okay, so that invisibility spell keeping her alive and wild through her ability. A bit unfortunate for the warden to hog those healers because you want the queen staying alive. Sandra breathing a sigh of relief, celebrating, wooing. He's got the 3-star. JX Tiger not able to hold him back in this matchup, so we go in head-to-head.
Oh, look at that. He is excited. Yes, take that picture, everybody. Take those screenshots. It is a 3-star for Sandra of Queen Walkers. The answer indeed. What an amazing attack. He comes in with the pack of smash. You know he's going to be coming in with that attack strategy, and he's still 3 stars your bases with it. You just can't stop this man. What an answer, and keeping it up in the upper bracket. These teams are going to be trading 3 stars after 3 stars. It's going to be a matter of which team makes that one small mistake.
I feel this will be the battle of the wills here with these two teams just trying to outshine the other. Queen Walkers still wanting their opportunity in that first place position, but JX Tiger wanting to come in as those newcomers and really make a statement.
Absolutely. JX Tiger is definitely capable of doing it. We've seen some amazing performances before in just this World Championship. I would say JX Tiger is probably one of the teams that many people may have overlooked coming into this weekend. And they are putting on a show, and a lot of people are very surprised on how well they have been doing, especially with their bases. Granted, Sandra just did take down their base for a 3-star, but now we have Ren coming in for JX Tiger with the Lalo. We're taking a look with, it looks to be a Sui Lalo with some skeleton spells. Typically, you tend to see that being used wherever the Queen or Royal Champion is located. We have this king pushing his way closer towards that enemy queen and the multi-target Inferno over here.
A great split up of the heroes, just adding the extra value of setting up this funnel, giving it a wider berth so we can get narrower pathing for the Lalo portion. Queen does make her way around that ice golem, just providing a little extra tank. But look at the king pushing through. He's actually wrapping his way around, going to come right into the center of the base. As a royal champ, though, has to pick off the hound here. She's not taking on any fire, so she can reserve. Ooh, I say that in the expo.
Yeah.
We've got on her now, so she's going to have to force through that ability.
Oh, the ability does go off, the invisibility protecting the Royal Champion. But I'm really surprised that he is coming in with the Sui Lalo. You can take a look at his hit rate overall, is at 90%. But when he comes in with the Sui Lalo, it's actually his lowest hit rate overall in all the attacks that he's done, which is just at 40%. So that is very surprising. So let's see if he can turn that around and turn this into a 3-star here. Looks like a few of the blues have moved off to the left. With that Stone Slammer coming in on the top side, going to help take out the scatter shot. Move through here. There's a freeze right in the middle, but get ready for a bunch of red air bombs right into the core.
Yeah, that's exactly what we expect. What I do like is the drop of the Skelly spells here just to distract the beams from that multi-targeting Inferno. Reaches up there, the traps, but the warden timing of that tome gets them through safe and sound.
Does indeed, and look at that. It's a single target Inferno over on the far left side. That Stone Slammer is still up, has yet to pop, and it looks like he's going to be getting a 3-star again for JX Tiger. Down goes Sandra's base, and he does convert, adding a 3-star to the board. Single target Inferno's going down, has 2 balloons for cleanup, doesn't really need him, and beautiful job for Ren. What a great hit.
Again, little celebratory hype in there. This is awesome to see. I can't get over the fact that we get to see the players, their excitement, and just watching them through these. It's very interesting to see how calm they can seem during these attacks.
Absolutely. I would just be sweating so much. It would just be, I don't know what I would do. I would be shaking so much that I could not drop my troops. I'm sure many viewers at home would be as well. You're probably so nervous just sitting right now watching this stream and seeing what's happening. I just couldn't imagine doing what they're doing at this caliber. But I guess if you've been doing for so long, you've put so much time and practiced all these hours, because we talk about the attacking side so much, but we have to highlight the base building as well. These bases have been tested for so many weeks leading up until this World Championship. But it seems like these attacks are just wiping them out. I mean, they could try to rerun some bases, move some traps around, but granted, they've probably built close to 100 bases maybe to prepare for something like this.
Absolutely, but we do have the top players in the world. So it is difficult to try and trip them up. It's that game of mousetrap.
Yes.
It's a better base, but not when you have these superb attackers. So Gaku now coming in. We have him working along with the Queen, Charge, Drag Rider. Queen working through towards that multi-targeting Inferno area, but she's actually going to wrap her way down and around to the scatter shot. And we do need to be mindful of the pathing of those healers just out of range of the multi.
If we're taking a look at this hit rate for Gaku at 83.3%, that is the highest here on the Queen Walkers in terms of really overall the last several wars. Even though Stars, he did go perfect during the qualifiers, which was on another level. But the thing with these healers, they're getting hit by this multi-target Inferno. Can he keep these healers alive? He doesn't have any heal spell for him, but he keeps the free spell so he can try to protect them.
Yeah, that first one not covering the Inferno, running it a little bit risky, but wanting to get the bow and the Queen within the lineup. Healers are still alive, but the Queen needs to go the distance to get to the Town Hall. Safe and sound, she's already burned through the ability, so this is a sticky situation.
It is indeed. Now the Queen's making her way to the Town Hall, still having that Stone Slammer to deploy. The Dragon Rider unfortunately goes off the multi-target Inferno. Is going to wipe those healers off, and the Queen doesn't have her ability. There's the invisibility. Queen, no, she can't get the Town Hall. He does already have the World Champion deployed, so he has to send the Blimp in to secure the Town Hall.
This Blimp needs to do the job here. We know that
It popped early.
It opens up. Can this Inferno Drag? The Inferno Drag can't even pick it up. We do have a World Champion.
Oh my goodness. Wait, the percentage as well. What? Is this a 1-star? The Queen did not get the Town Hall? Wow. He can't even believe it as well. The Seeking Air Mines took that Battle Blimp down right away, and the Blues could not take that Town Hall down. And that is the story of JX Tiger's bases. And this is a 1-star. I would never have thought I would be seeing Gaku getting a 1-star in this stage. But hey, the war is not over, but the thing is, JX Tiger with back-to-back triples, this is going to put Queen Walkers to 4. So JX Tiger up 2 stars. That is going to be almost impossible to make a comeback just like that. But oh, man, that is unfortunate for Gaku.
That is, I mean, if you told me today that we were going to see a 1-star coming in from Queen Walkers, I would not have believed you. I definitely would not have. Now, we do see some teams coming in with 1-stars and able to make the recovery. We have seen that. Not this, you know, in this World Championship where we are seeing 3-star after 3-star. So that is going to be the challenge now for Queen Walkers. But I would say if any team could do it, it would be the Queen Walkers.
Absolutely. Queen Walkers would be the team that could make a comeback from a 1-star. So it's not over. It's not out, but look at that on the screen. You don't ever expect something like that. Usually these players try to have a backup to their backup plan to make sure that a Town Hall does go down. But if that's the base building with the Seeking Air Mine stopping the Battle Blimp from taking that Town Hall, but that's another issue of when you use your Royal Champion early and not as a kind of last resort to take a Town Hall down, that is what can result. But now JX Tiger, if they 3-star, they are just going to get that much further away from Queen Walkers. Let's see, jumping in second balloon. Once he's waiting to drop these healers onto the Queen, as he's going to get closer towards potentially moving his way into the single. It looks like he does wall break a little bit to the right, so the Queen steps up in here, and then he'll continue his way through, and then going to come in with the Dragon Riders.
I mean, you know, these Queen Charge Drag Rider attacks can be very unforgiving, as we just saw, with how you actually have to put out your troops in the various phases. This one a little bit easier because we don't have a multi, but we do need to be mindful of a single targeting Inferno that will start quickly roasting away, drops it freeze to hold it off, and the Queen should smooth sailing.
What a Coco-Loon that pulled all those red air bumps. UF14 was expecting potentially a charge from this area and have the healers be taken out, but that one balloon pulled all of those traps. That was perfect. Now continuing this Queen, jumping into the Town Hall as this World Champion is now joining in with the Dragon Riders over the Scatter Shot.
Yeah, Royal Champ with that ticking shield able to make her pass to the scatter shot, eliminating the threat of this compartment just. And the Drag Riders with a much safer approach now. Queen with an easy jump into the Town Hall and the ability means we will secure that. Definitely a 2-star on the board here. Let's see if he can push it forward for the 3.
Well, he's still hanging on to this battle blip. He wants to be sure that Town Hall does go down because he cannot afford to give a 1-star back to the Queen Walkers. So he notices the Queen locks out of the Town Hall, still has her ability, so he is safe to drop that Stone Slammer on the bottom side of the space as it makes its way through. Air defense is going down. The Dragon Rider trying to take out the multi-target Inferno in the core. Can it do it? Yes! Down goes that middle multi, and the Queen is still trying to stay alive through this bottom section.
This is putting JX Tiger on the map right now, taking a massive lead over the Queen Walkers. Look at the Stone Slammer go. I wonder if we're actually even going to see if he had any troops inside.
Yeah, we have about 40 seconds left, so the question is about time. We got the Warden that's actually helping clean up, and he is liking this. He is showing off the JX Tiger logo, and we've got the balloons, the Dragon Rider coming out to finish this one off, and he indeed is going to be putting up a third 3-star in a row here for JX Tiger over Queen Walkers.
You said it before. Not a lot of people had their eye on JX Tiger, but I will tell you, after today, after this weekend, everybody is going to be looking at JX Tiger. Superb defense, and they are coming in hot offensively.
They are indeed. 3 stars after 3 stars. And we talked about their defenses, holding Gaku of Queen Walkers to a 1-star. So the Queen Walkers just need a triple out to have a slightest of chances if they want to make this comeback. Basically, not only that, but they're going to have to hope for potentially a 1-star from JX Tiger as well. But since JX Tiger know this, they're going to probably have that resort. They have to make sure they have something to secure the Town Hall.
Yeah, this is they might need to just see some 2-stars rolling in defensively for themselves as well, and at a pretty low percent. I think that 76% 2-star is really going to come back to bite the Queen Walkers, but we have stars up to bat.
Yes.
This is one of their star hitters, and we love to watch him Lalo. Coming in with the Zapquake Lalo, let's see where he's going to serve this up. We've got the 7-1 combo, so I've got my eye over, I would say normally, probably a scatter shot with the Queen.
Well, he's only got
a nice option.
Yeah, he's only got the 7. He didn't need the Earthquake, because the 7 is enough to take out the Queen and the Inferno Tower there. Typically, you take the Earthquake if you don't want to take all 7 lightning spells, so he's able to still get that value. And now it looks like he wants to use Sneaky Goblins for the Town Hall. And look at this alleyway that's kind of right in the middle here, which can be a little awkward. Let's see what he's going to be able to do to get around that.
Yeah, that is going to be a tough spot for this Lalo. We expect to see all the tracks, plus we've got the multi-beams that we do not want to have to contend with. The Queen wrapping her way around with the King and the Golem to tank here. Want to clear up this entire compartment, though. We've got the opening in the section, and we bring in the log launcher to open up the path, and we could get right there into that central line.
Yeah, we only have 5 Sneaky Goblins left, though, for this push into the Town Hall. Hopefully he doesn't drop the Sneaky Goblins a little bit too far to the right, because there is a Elixir Collector. No, he drops them to the top side into the Town Hall. There's the Invincibility spell. Is it going to be enough with a Builder to repair the Town Hall? He's trying, and yes! The Sneaky Goblins secure it right there as his heroes continue the push over to the right side.
Ooh, this is unfortunate. The log launcher did not open up the core of the base, but also we have the King slitting away from the Queen, not getting the full value. Royal Champ at least trying to pick off one of those, but we don't have the opening into the wall, and the Queen has easy access working around the side, so this multi is going to stand no heal to try and save them, and we still have to contend with the super minions that did not go down. We have a poison, so needs to drop it and keep them right there in it as the loons pass through.
Yeah, now the poison spell is hitting these super minions. The red air bomb's doing a massive amount. There they are. Down goes a handful of these balloons, but can these balloons fly from the left side around towards the middle wall? The Queen still has their ability, so that is fantastic. As it continues to push, the Yeti should protect this Queen a little bit more, especially with that Unicorn. We have just under 1 minute with 1 freeze. The balloons find the Tornado Trap. This one's going to be close.
It is, and the queen still has her ability, so we want to keep her protected so she can work her way through, get those archers going, beat through the walls quickly, and get that multi taken down.
Come on, Queen. You're going to take out these skeletons. No problem here. We got 30 seconds left with a freeze and her ability. We've got ourselves a 3-star from Stars. That is exactly what they need in order to have the slightest of chances. Uses that freeze, and down it goes. The 3-star coming in from Stars of Queen Walkers, which is going to put them to 7 stars overall to the 9 for JX Tiger. JX Tiger, 3 for 3. Their defense holding strong, coming in with a fantastic offense as well. And really, the storyline has become JX Tiger. Can Queen Walkers hold them with the defense?
You know, these big teams, these veteran teams have had a target on their back coming into this. So, Queen Walkers, I imagine, cannot be surprised, knowing that A10 have been knocked out, knowing that Tom and I have been knocked out early in the phase. They're one of the few remaining OGs to stand. I mean, we do have Tribe Gaming, of course, but that is a different lineup than what we've seen each year.
Absolutely. We'll have to see. We still have the teams in the lower bracket, which is Bazinga and Tribe Gaming. Remember, only the top 4 teams are remaining here in day number 3. And we will be crowning a new champion by the end of this stream, and cannot wait who it will be. We'll see with Joan and JX Tiger. They are trying to get ever closer to that trophy. We got ourselves a Pegasus match, but we have a Bat Belt in the mix as well. We'll have to keep our eye on which decides to drop this Ice Golem, which typically may end up being used for potentially a Wizard Tower to help provide a little bit of a distraction as the bats move through.
Yeah, so we'll look to see what Splash remains. We do have the Wizard Towers on the back end, but all of those scatter shots, one easy access right towards the outside of the base, and the other that's going to cut through the pass, so it'll easily be taken down here. Now, we do leave that Town Hall open, but clearing the path so we can send the blimp in safely, it'll also help.
You go artillery, yeah. Hit some of these P.E.K.K.A.s. Get ready for the Warden ability. Come on, there we go. Warden. Beautiful. Look at that. For the P.E.K.K.A.s. But out comes a triple Ice Golem. Klaus was expecting a P.E.K.K.A smash, and that is the one CC that you really don't want to find when you do an attack like this, because all his troops get stalled up so much by the freezes of the Ice Golems.
Yeah, this is a bit tough, and we can see, look at those healers getting targeted by the multi, which means we'll lose them out on the back end. That scatter shot we do still need to contend with, but we have the bats to come into play. He could potentially bat bomb this. See?
Multi, the RC, she dodged it. She didn't go for it. It was the skeletons that rerouted her to go on the outside. He really relied on that multi-target chrono to go down, but Anders World Champion to go for that Wizard Tower, and he decides to now send the bats from the top side, but the Eagle Artillery is still up, and everything has died off. This Eagle eventually is going to lock onto these bats, and they will die instantly. Let's see, there it is. No, you can't get away from that Eagle. It is too late.
Oh, this is going to hurt Joan. This is the defense that Queen Walkers was hoping to see. Not enough for them, but a good start. A little lead on the freeze as well, as you can see his frustration, knowing that there's really not a lot that he can do. However, percent they want to keep up in high. What was it, a 76%?
Yeah.
1 star that came in from Stars, and this is going to be on the from Gaku, and this is going to be on the lower side for them here. We do have a little more value to pick up with the 36 seconds that remain, but the Eagle is going to continue to fire away, limiting how much he can now get.
So, all the viewers that are home are wondering, what was the reason that really stopped this? Well, like I mentioned, the triple Ice Golem. If you expect your opponent to come in with a P.E.K.K.A smash style attack, a triple Ice Golem does a fantastic job at slowing them down and the momentum to move through the base, and that's exactly what happened here. Because we typically tend to see a lot of times Headhunters mixed in with Lava Hounds or maybe even Super Minions, especially if you have a clanmate that has it unlocked in order to donate something like that. But still, what a great effort. But that is exactly what Queen Walkers needed. Klaus's base comes in strong to just slowly, maybe, keep that door of opportunity open. See if Queen Walkers can make that come back.
Yeah, would require another defense here, but they are inching their way closer to a potential comeback. And you know what? in a game like this, as the pressure's moving forward, that could easily happen.
We're going to see with that 83% two-star there from Jonah with the P.E.K.K.A. smash. JX Tiger is like, okay, you know, we got the two-star, even though we started off with 3 triples. With the 1-star Queen Walkers, they're still feeling really good.
Yeah, I'm sure that they're very happy so far with their performances. So many triples coming in on the board, and of course, the defenses. Now, Klaus, this is a moment we've all been waiting for. Who doesn't want to see Klaus coming in to the mix? And we do have a lob launcher to help force these heroes in. I expect to see a nice deep push into the space.
Yeah, I'm looking at this army, and I'm saying we've got ourselves the balloons, we got a golem, we got hogs. The initial thing that's standing out to me, you got a bunch of free spells, which means that he really wants to invest like crazy for his heroes. There's the first one, right after the scatter shot, to help protect his king to move his way through. There's ground skeletons, really to protect his royal champion, to distract all of these areas right around the Seagull Artillery. Look at this, dropping 2 Hog Riders to go in and help pick off that Archer Tower. Great job. He has these troops to an exact science of dropping them for exactly what they need to take down.
Well, this is a bit unfortunate. The lob launcher only getting some shallow value, not making it to the multi where he anticipated it to go. This was meant to get deep inside the base, eliminating the damage zone, eliminating any potential risk, not only of the multi, but the traps inside.
Does have an invisibility, so he's going to use it here for this Royal Champion. So down goes that middle multi-target for him. Yet it helps. Royal Champion does dodge the core Tesla. More Teslas actually do pop. And we've got ourselves the Lalo coming in from the Town Hall compartment. Moving in, and he's going to have to actually fight through this Sweeper, which is protecting the Town Hall. Can he freeze the Town Hall and the Sweeper together? What a perfect freeze spell! That is so difficult to do.
Absolutely stunning.
Wow.
So we have the loons pushing through, clips those loons through the Warden Dome, and gets them pushed along, reached up, and coming in for the multi.
Look at that tornado trap, and it actually helped Klaus. The tornado trap pulled the balloons off away from that Town Hall poison. So, wow, we got a little bit lucky there. So now these balloons are continuing their path right around, but the scatter shot is up, and they're all grouped together. And the pathing is not looking ideal. We do have a single target in front of him. He's got 1 balloon left. And no, Klaus looks frustrated. Down goes the balloons. And we got another defense from JX Tiger.
This is not what Queen Walkers was hoping for. This is not what they needed. In this critical moment that they need to force along the 3 stars to help carry through the 1-star defense that came in for JX Tiger. This is just continuing to support the fact that JX Tiger really is one of the strongest defensive teams this weekend.
Yeah, JX Tiger is flying under the radar, but now teams are taking note of what they have been doing in this World Championship. And unfortunate, only an 85% 2-star there for Klaus, and they're going to be pushing it up to closer towards 89 stars. And I mean, with JX Tiger being close to the 11, they're looking to put up another 3-star to put up 14 in this war here. But unbelievable what we're seeing here today. Just that 3-star for Klaus did not connect. He was coming in with some amazing attacks the previous 2 days. But this is the upper bracket. You lose this match, you still have an opportunity in the lower bracket, but you're going to have to take out, at this point, JX Tiger 2 times in a row to try to be crowned the 2021 World Champion.
I feel like JX Tiger has definitely been saving some of their best bases for this potential matchup here, knowing that this would be their biggest opponent, taking down the Vice World Champions. The Queen Walkers is a huge task, but it's not over yet. It is not in any way, shape over yet, because we've seen a couple of 1-stars now so far. Queen Walker's just hoping that they can try and get in on that groove.
Yeah, with with a 2-star, that will secure it. That will put them up to a 13-star performance, and the best Queen Walkers can get is going to be that 12. So we're going to see him at least be able to secure this Town Hall, but it looks like he's got a bunch of Sneaky Goblins, so he's not going to want to break this Queen into the Town Hall. He just wants this Queen to walk her way up and around, maybe charging into the Scatter Shot, and having the Sneaky Goblins go for the Town Hall.
Absolutely, and I suspect, knowing that we don't have that many loons coming in, we're really going to try and support this one, but it is going to be quite a big hero push. Spread across.
Yeah, we have to see this Queen, how much value she's going to get. Where is she going to go? The Tesla did pop, so it might pull this Queen in a little bit. Hold on, okay, we do still have those buildings on the top side. The Super Wall Breaker failed there.
Oh, so we have one more to come in for that Scattershot compartment, but we still need to enter away. And I mean, we have the Sneaky Goblin to take that out. We have a blip in the mix here as well, and I'm curious if that's going to come in from a corner area to help take on the Scattershot, and work this along so we can push the heroes a little bit deeper through.
Absolutely, he's waiting. I was going to say the minion. Was that going to run over to the Town Hall? But the Tesla was right there. Town Hall now activated. Is it going to be in range of these healers? All the Sneaky Goblins are going in. There's the invis, and they should secure the Town Hall here. Brilliant job getting that value. Now here comes the King. He's moving this way. Well, actually, we got the Warden on ground with the King to help assist for the Eagle Artillery as he is continuing this path around.
And that's because we only have 8 loons to actually help this through. This is relying solely on the heroes. These kind of attacks are actually very risky, but this shows how comfortable JX Tiger is in the position having that 1-star defense. But look at this so far. Just forcing that Queen ability, just forcing the King ability, and he still has a Grand Warden Tome as he makes his way towards the 6 o'clock compartment where the blimp is going to clear it out.
Wow, the blimp coming in late. Going to move in. The blimp pops and damages and takes out that Archer Tower. We've already seen he surpassed the 2-star, which means no matter what, JX Tiger will be advancing to the Grand Finals. And we will be awaiting who is going to try to beat that 2 times in a row. Or, JX Tiger, you win one more war after this, you're the new world champions.
JX Tiger doing something that I think many people did not expect here. Taking down the Queen Walkers. And you want to know what? They're doing it in style, putting up that 3-star. JX Tiger is going to finish off here with a stunning performance. 14 stars on the board against the Queen Walkers. Not many teams can say they've done that.
No, not as indeed. We have Utah 14 who's going to be the final attacker for Queen Walkers. But now, the real question comes. If you're Bazinker or Tribe Gaming, is this something that they really wanted to happen? Meaning that you would have to take on Queen Walkers in the lower bracket. All you would have to do is defeat them once. Because if they made it to the Grand Finals, you would have to beat the Queen Walkers 2 times in a row, which is, I would think is almost impossible to do. But JX Tiger is doing a phenomenal job. And I mean, Queen Walkers and JX Tiger, either one of them is going to be an absolute unit down in the lower bracket, which looks like Queen Walkers now will be down there awaiting the winner of Bazinker and Tribe Gaming.
I don't think anybody would want to face Queen Walkers in any of these matchups. So this is going to be an interesting one for our lower bracket winner later today. So Yuta, he knows he's in a position that he really can't change much, but I think we need to see the triple. I think we need to see that their heads are still in it and they're ready to fight back in that lower bracket.
Yeah, that lower bracket, the biggest question is, can your team put the performance, put this in the back of your mind, and then focus on the next war? We've seen a lot of teams, once they lose, and they completely fall apart, and they lose it. You have a second chance. You have another opportunity in the lower bracket. One team, no matter what, will make it to the finals to have to take on JX Tiger. And if Queen Walkers are believing that they can do it, they will pull through. But there's still so many wars to go. I cannot wait for the rest of the day.
Oh, I can't either. For sure, we're going to see some more incredible action. Now, as we have the Queen charging her way along, we still have 3 more super wall breakers, one of which can be used for the King to work through into this multi-compartment, giving the Queen the allowance there straight in towards the scatter shot we're actually going to hit. But I think he would love to see her in the multi-compartment.
Look at that super wall breaker going all the way to the middle of the base, opening it up for this Queen. He knows exactly the pathing of where his wall breakers will go and just gets phenomenal value. Now that poison spell onto the super minions, that Queen is taking a massive amount of damage, forces her ability, raises her up yet again. Unfortunately, doesn't have her ability from later in the raid here.
Yeah, but he finally brings in the Royal Champion to take on that scatter shot, which redirects the pathing of the Queen to work through into the multi. There is quite a bit of damage with the 2 expos on her, so freezes one of those up to help the blues actually for the Town Hall, which also helps the Queen for the expo, which is perfect and carries her through. Full health to meet up with the defending AQ.
And he makes her invisible so the Queen can take out the enemy. Queen pops that ward ability as the blues do split. He doesn't have haste. He's going to shoot them out of the Town Hall. Not just yet. The Royal Champion's making her way. She does still have her ability. And we got a 3-star from Yuta, 14. So, this is a fantastic way to end the war, meaning with a 3-star, right? So they know that Yuta is the captain. He's the team captain. He's coming in with a 3-star, so he can help rally his clanmates. That's the biggest thing. Will they be able to push this behind them and now focus on the next war, lady?
Yeah, you know, this is not what they were expecting coming into this match. The 1-star, of course, the biggest blow to them. But Yuta carrying it through to the end, showing that the Queen Walkers are going to keep their heads in it. They're going to stay focused for the next match. But we've got JX Tiger taking the win and will move forward into the upper bracket later today.
They are going to the grand finals. So the worst case scenario is JX Tiger. All they can do is finish in 2nd place, which is a cool $150,000. So they have locked that up no matter what. If you win first, you're taking home $250,000, which is absolutely wild. And that is the beautiful thing about this esports competitive scene for Clash of Clans. It's a $1 million prize pool over the whole year. Today alone, this tournament, this weekend, is $700,000. Congratulations to JX Tiger. They're going to the upper bracket, into the grand finals match. We still have more matches to come. The next one is going to be Zinger taking on Tribe Gaming, and then the winner of that match will be facing the Queen Walkers.
Yeah, and going into that match, you know, Tribe Gaming is going to have to be very, very careful. Zinger came in yesterday with a 1-star defense, which I think threw everyone for a loop, and that was huge for them, carrying them through into today's lower bracket for one final chance to get themselves winners.
If Gaku takes a look at this and he notices, well, yes, he got a 1-star, but if he actually turned out to a 2-star, they still would have lost this war, right? So does that help with the mental game? Meaning that if he was able to push the 2-star, you still would have lost 14-13? I mean, at the end of the day, a 1-star still is devastating. It really hurts, really that momentum. But we're going to see what Queen Walkers can do. I know everyone at home is going to be keeping their eye on it, but JX Tiger coming in as a huge underdog in this. I would think many people have almost written them off, and they have proved why they deserve to be here and now are in the grand finals. But, you know, we now need to break down these attacks. So let's go and break these down and tell us here.
Thank you, Carbon. The predictions continue to be blown out of the water. And this is one of the reasons why JX Tiger bringing totally new strategies to the board. So as we go ahead and play this final attack by Mock, I want to break down exactly what happened here, because I think he approached this base very wisely. Notice how the Archer Queen has already taken out a lot of the defenses and buildings in front of the Town Hall. Hall, meaning he will have a straight shot to it. But he does not decide to send the Archer Queen to the Town Hall with the Queen charge, which is what we typically see. He decides to send the Queen into the compartment next to this, and you will see exactly why that is important in a moment. Just taking down the Clan Castle troops whilst he's out of range of many of the defenses. Did get a little bit unfortunate on wall breaks, but check this out. As the Archer Queen walks into one compartment, he's actually going to send sneaky goblins through that wall, which is now open, in towards the Town Hall, meaning that the Giga Poison is not going to impact his Archer Queen. He doesn't have to worry about it. He's getting huge value, just that one invisibility to help with the goblins. Whilst this is all happening, he's got the Golem and the King pushing in from the opposite side. And I mentioned this yesterday, but as the Barbarian King is taking out one compartment, you always want to consider, can you just sideswipe the Royal Champion next to this? Because the King is still tanking, but you don't want to have both of your heroes taking out the same buildings at the same time. You can widen the funnel and everything merges together down to the bottom of the base. Now, we did have the Battle Blimp should the Sneaky Goblins have failed. We do know that 1 stars can happen. However, he can stick with the original plan of actually taking down the scatter shot. So that is his entry into this bottom area of the base. And all in all, it really worked out well, primarily because he took out the side of the Town Hall with the Sneaky Goblins and just gave himself such huge value. Or do we even call this attack strategy a Queen charge with the Sneaky Goblins into back-end balloons? It wasn't really a Lalo as such, but GG on the attack. However, the bases on defense we obviously seen were huge. Queen Walkers getting that unfortunate 1-star. And I just want to briefly have a look here at the multi-target Inferno, which really was the bane of Gaku's life. As the Queen charge came in, the multi-target Inferno is always one of the defenses you do not want reachable from the Archer Queen. So it's just one tile further away. That is sometimes why we see the Grand Warden walk, reaching for that. But what it meant was, after he missed the initial freeze, trying to get the Queen and the multi, it hit the healers. It was a chain effect. He had to start using even more freezes. So that was the one thing about this base. I know it's relatively basic, but it is what I wanted to point out, because ultimately, it is what made the difference in the end. 1-stars happen, it is unfortunate, and I hope that Gaku and the Queen Walkers can shake this off, because they are going to now be fighting down in the lower bracket. But we should check in with what you thought the predictions would be of the entire thing with Woody.
Thanks very much, Judo Sloth. JX Tiger have become ungovernable. The only remaining undefeated team in this year's Clash of Clans World Championship. They have now trounced the Queen Walkers, a squad that made it to the finals last year and had a very tough match against alternate attacks. But let's take a look now at where you thought the result would go. And wow, the Queen Walkers with 68% were far and ahead your favorites. Their defeat now and removal from the upper bracket means that this whole game is now up for grabs. JX Tiger in that top spot will still be watching as Badzinger and Tribe Gaming, together with 20% of the vote, have an opportunity to duke it out now for the right to go up against the Queen Walkers. We'll see that match coming up very shortly. Take it away, Lady B and Carbonfin.
Thank you so much, Woody. We're getting ready for the next match in the lower bracket. And that was an insane percentage. 68% of the community at home was saying Queen Walkers will be the champions. Well, they're going to have to work their way from the lower bracket. Only 11% were picking JX Tiger.
I know. I think they're definitely surprised. That was just great seeing it racking up and racking up. So, Queen Walkers, obviously, this is a huge turnaround. We told you guys at home, expect the unexpected. That is the theme of this year's World Championship. It really has been anyone's win here, and we are getting to see superb superb gameplay, superb defenses coming through.
And talking about defenses, well, Tribe Gaming is looking to do just that. Trying to hold Benzinger to May 13, 12. That's going to be very difficult to do. But we got that team captain, Eve Max, followed by Ebrex, Exorcist, Chronos, and Eve Check. With Tribe Gaming being in the lower bracket. Now, this match, if you lose, you are eliminated. You're coming in 4th place, meaning you still take home $75,000 for 4th. And if you come in elite and you move on, you'll take on the Queen Walkers to try to advance to the next round. But their opponents, it's not an easy task. They've been winning in the lower bracket for so long. It's Benzinger.
It is Benzinger, and we do have Dima, Andy, Avatar, Rikiraz, and Juan. Now, Juan is no stranger to the World Championship circuit, being one of the World Champions in 2019 when he played for Nova. Now with this incredible team, including Rikiraz, really, who is known. I think it's undisputable. He is one of the best players in the game right now. But look at that, 98% overall. We see Avatar with the 99% average damage, just stepping one level above. So we have an incredible lineup here for Benzinger. And again, yesterday, they held that 1-star defense, which Tribe needs to be very cautious of.
Indeed. So we were taking a look at those stats. And what do those stats mean again? Well, Andy and Juan, if they both 3-star, then Benzinger will be doing very well. They are going to be relying on them to come through and really set the tone. But we're looking at the percentages, and it looks basically identical here.
It does. Look at that. It's just 2.2% separating them in the overall damage, and from an average star damage, only 0.1 star difference. That is incredible. But also from the Tribe side, we have some seasoned World Championship veterans. We mentioned earlier today that this, the Tribe team has changed hands through each 3 of the, each 3 seasons that they've been in. But Eve Maxi and, of course, Eve Check have been in this lineup. So they've been in this position, but the rest of the team is really handling things well.
They are indeed. And now Tribe is starting it off here. Nebrex looking to kick this one off. Let's see what Tribe can do. We know that Tribe did a perfect war in the first round. Then they got knocked down to the lower bracket because of JX Tiger. And then when they were in the lower bracket, they got another perfect war. So Tribe Gaming have gotten 2 out of the 3 perfect wars so far here in the World Championship. Let's see if we get the value here with that blimp. Landing right in front of the town hall with the Blizzard. Help chain town, but the problem is he's not chaining defenses behind it here.
Yeah, he's not. So let's see what he can pick up value-wise, working his way through. We do have the CC lure, which is always nice when you're bringing in blimps, because you're getting a certain value. This, of course, we want the Town Hall going down. We want some of the surrounding defenses, which we get the majority of. Air defense on the outside still remains, but an easy pickoff. But the most important thing is pulling this to a nice corner where you're not taking on too much damage to knock it out.
Hey, he did drop that poison spell, but it did a little bit of damage to the pups. I wonder if he could have maybe taken him out without that. He could have had that for something else. Either way, this ground expo is unfortunately hitting his queen, but she will hopefully get out of range eventually, or at least the World Champion take it down, and she could get healed up. But the King, he's going his way actually into the Eagle Artillery as the RC makes her way into that multi. There's Freeze! And he comes back around, so he's not going to go for that Eagle.
No, the King making a bypass back through the Queen, and he's already burned through his ability, so he is not going to get this done. The Eagle is going to stand, and Nebrax is going to have to readjust his pathing and plan for this Lalo.
That Queen hangs on to her ability, is going to be forced by the cannon. Can he take out the enemy Queen? That's the question mark. Will he lock on to her? 1, a 2, and a 3. One more shot, yes! The enemy Queen just goes down.
Oh, gets that down by the skin of his teeth, and now sends in the Lalo again, having to worry about the repathing of this, heading over towards the Eagle, but it needs to go down. He does not want the continuous fire. But the one thing is, we have to reserve this warden ability. We have a scatter shot, but we've got a big spread through the damage zone as well, where we expect, here we go, those traps.
Warden, red air bomb, there's the Warden. Here comes the haste. More traps probably going to be expected, but he's dodging that single target inferno. We got 50 seconds left. 5 more balloons. He's got the minions. Remember, you need to be putting up these super shots. This is the lower bracket. If you lose, you're going home. You cannot afford to fail here. Nebrax, can he start off with the momentum? He's looking around. He is excited, pumping his fist. And look at Emax coming into frame, cheering him on. What a way to start off this war here for Tribe Gaming.
Nebrax bringing it in for Tribe Gaming. This 3-star is the way they wanted to set the tone of the war. 16 seconds left.
Yes.
And we've got just a little bit of cleanup left to go. He can now sit back, relax, help the rest of his teammates plan, and try and keep bringing those 3 stars through.
Absolutely. Coming in, setting the tone with a 3-star is huge. And I'm expecting for Benzinger, the first attacker is going to be one. If he 3-stars, Benzinger is going to be looking really good to win their wars. But if he doesn't, then Benzinger is going to have to be making that mountain of a comeback. Even though being down by 1 triple, it's going to be a huge challenge to overcome in a world finals like this.
It definitely would be. But, you know, I'm curious to see what Benzinger comes in with. Now, I know that we typically see Juan as the starting hitter for their team. And, you know, how would you say, what do you think that relates to as far as pressure goes, especially knowing that the first team came in with the triple?
Yeah, the pressure is huge, especially like you mentioned. With Nebrax coming in with that 3-star, you have to 3-star yourself. We saw Juan start off yesterday. He did triple, and he had a sign as well, showing his support for the fellow co-casters in the Clash of Clans community. But here we go. Indeed, he is the first attacker coming in with that Queen Charge Dragon Rider, using this Battle Blimp. What do we got? Yeti or Sneaky Goblins? He probably likes to go Sneaky Goblins, yes. The reason why taking Sneaky Goblins here is because then you don't have to invest a spell, typically a raid spell, to take out that Town Hall.
Yeah, and often we'll see that the single targeting Inferno is a little bit closer in proximity, and it would relate to the pathing that you want to get out of your heroes within it. So not really the case in this one, as we have the single targeting Inferno just a little bit further up, and will likely be contended with working through. Now, the Queen has this beautiful opening. Look, we have this nice long line channel, so I'm curious if the King is going to cut in to take on the scatter shot.
Yeah, we'll see with the Yeti set in the funnel. The Queen can walk her way right on into the multi, but Tribe Gaming is known for these channels. You know they've definitely tested Queen charges down these channels here, so let's see if we can get this value. Queen can't reach his air defense, so he's going to have... Oh, wait, he made that section invisible. Queen steps in for the AD, and she does actually come back to go in for the gold sword. So that invisibility spell was fantastic. But is the timing of this headhunter right with a... Oh, down it goes.
Oh, nicely placed traps. Hold off that headhunter, which means the Queen's going to continue taking on quite a bit of fire as soon as she gets in range. Here comes the King to take out the scatter shot compartment. We do have the Skellies. We've got the Teslas. We don't have a Valve to help this one out. But can he still do it? Because we still have the storages working around.
Yeah, that Queen is continuing her pound straight into that middle multi-guard Inferno. This King with the Warden ability to protect all this area down here. That Queen doesn't look like there's red air bombs or sneaking air mines to take out these healers as this Queen is continuing right down this alley, taking out all of that valley. There's the jump. Get ready for the Eternal Dome to protect all of these barbarians.
Oh, very nice. That King getting some extra power out of this, taking care of the cleanup. Queen right there in the corner, taking down the defending AQ. Royal Champion needs to pick up this multi-targeting Inferno. Now, the King was meant to work in towards with the Royal Champion, but he still provided some excellent tech.
This is looking fantastic with the Dragon Riders coming in from the right side. That Queen is still alive. Does have the Royal Champion ability. She'll be able to help finish off this backside here. We have the King that did just go down. RC's ability, down goes the cannon, down goes the Arch Tower, but he's got the Queen. He's got the Dragon Riders, but now the question is time. Did he drop these minions a little bit too late? Let's keep our eye on this. Uh-oh. Hang on, 20 seconds.
This is a widespread.
Wait a second. Dragon Riders, the Royal Champion, 12, 10 seconds. Oh, he can't get this.
No, too wide of a spread.
No!
Remains one. Will come in with some beautiful percentage, but it will not be enough time for the 3-star This is indeed a time-filled 96% 2-star, though. Really nice position to be in if you're going to wind up with the 2-star. So, you know, one's going to be pretty happy about this. Maybe not as happy as he would be with the 3-star, but definitely knowing that if they can hold that defense, and Bazinger has had some great defenses, so they are relying on it. This is a good support for them.
So we see the stat line here, a 2-star from Juan, and since he didn't triple, now Bazinger, they're going to have to really rely on the other players, and it's when he doesn't 3-star, their win rate has dropped drastically. So we'll have to see what Tron Gaming is going to do. Can they keep up the momentum from the other wars? They're the only team that has got multiple perfect wars here in the World Championship, with Affiliate Esports being the only other team that's gotten one here. So what's the next tag? Maybe Eve Maxi, or if Cronus wants to come in, he is such a strong attacker. He can come in, set the tone again. So reliant on a stage like this.
Definitely. Now, we have Eve Maxi coming in. So he was there. He was celebrating earlier with that 3-star. Now with the pressure on him to try and keep this going, because they don't want to give any bit of an opening, any bit of opportunity to Bazinger, knowing that they will quickly take advantage of it. So Maxi opting to go in with the Queen Charge Drag Rider. We know that Tribe Gaming loves this approach. So knowing that Bazinger would likely expect it, let's see if they can find a way to hold strong.
Yeah, Eve Maxi out of his last 62 attacks, he's attacked with the Queen Charge Dragon Riders 30 out of them, so almost 50% of the time. So he knows his attack strategy so well. Let's see if he can keep this Queen alive through this Town Hall. Will she be stepping into it, taking quite a bit of damage? Down goes this Air Expo. Oh my goodness, look at all this damage here.
Ooh, lots of damage incoming, but able to continue working through, carrying on that ability, drops the invisibility spell just to keep the defenses off of her, get those headhunters wrapping away.
Single, oh, wow. Keeping that Queen ability intact is huge. Get ready for another Invis and or a freeze. A Rage needs to keep that Queen going. The Eagle Artillery is now locked down. Can she get to the single, but it's required to use all these spells in order to do it?
Yeah, these freezes will not be available now for the back end of the base, for the scatter shot that remains there. But it's very important to keep your Queen alive when you're investing 5 healers into the mix.
Yeah.
Don't Sliver coming in to take for the initial scatter shot, so we can try and delay this Warden ability just a little bit later through, especially since we have to get through the defending AQ on that backside.
Absolutely, that Archer Queen back there is going to be a huge drop, but these Dragon Riders perfectly timed that Warden ability to get all this value. The double sinking air by right there in the core, surviving all that. The Queen is getting the top side air defense. He is liking this so far. There's the RC ability with the range, getting right through this enemy Queen as the Dragon Riders are pushing their way towards the scatter shot. The Queen takes out all that value, and Eve Max is looking good. The only problem here is again about the time and the cleanup. With that core clan castle, he makes them invisible. They're going over to the scatter shot. He is pumping his fist. He is excited, and Tron Gaming is looking to put a second 3-star on the board here.
They are ready to go, going 2 for 2. Maxi knows that he's keeping his team through and through. They want that perfect war. It might be a difficult feat, but for now, they're going to continue to hold that 1-star lead.
Oh, he is sweating. Yeah, giving the hearts. Let's go and give the hearts back to Eve Maxi in the chat. If you have the emote, please use it to show the support for any one of these players, especially putting on that performance with all the pressure on the line. Well done to Eve Maxi. I mean, Tribe Gaming, I'm not gonna lie, they probably have the best reactions for any webcam out of anyone that you get to watch. They are celebrating. You see the emotion that is on their sleeves. They show it to all the viewers at home, and that is why Tribe Gaming is one of the fan favorites as well. But Bazinger are looking to put a 3-star. They need to do that. If they don't, and if they only get a 2-star, they're going to be down by the 2 triples, which we've seen before is so difficult to try to make a comeback from.
Yeah, you know, I feel like Tribe has been the most improved team through the year coming in. I felt like they had a tough season this year, really adjusting to things, but within the past couple of months, we have seen this big change, and this is why they are dominating so far. Avatar now, though, coming in for Badzinger, he needs to pick up the 3-star. He can't give any big value. Dropping down to his 2-star only secures potentially Tribe moving forward into the finals. And coming in with the
spell. Look at that.
Bat.
The HUD before and the bat. Remember yesterday he actually made the multi-target invisible, but no! The multi stays up because of the builder repairing it. Oh, how unfortunate to Avatar there, but let's take a deep breath, because this exact same thing happened last time. He was unable to take the multi-target Inferno down, but he still was able to overcome it and 3-star that base.
He was. So we might see lightning striking twice if he can carry through with this one. A really interesting strategy, not something I think I've ever seen in the competitive scene so far. But the Queen working her way towards the Town Hall. We've created this beautiful funnel. Look at the King. Easy path. We've got some meat to work our way through, and no wall breaker needed because we have those corner openings. But this is exactly how you funnel right into them.
Yeah, the Queen is going to step her way into the Town Hall. We do see the skeleton traps popping up in front of the Town Hall with some tassels. The Queen is behind it. Remember, that Queen will lure the King right up. Okay, the freeze spell. There we go. So the freeze really stops the King from running past the Town Hall, going to the enemy Queen. So nice shot. Did activate that tornado, so that is really nice. But he's got 31 balloons with a lull. That is actually a whole lot of balloons there. But he does only have actually 2 lava hounds, so he can invest a little bit more balloons as he pushes his way through. But he does have that multi-target front on the court, which did get actually healed back up to full health from that builder.
It did, and I think that's the unfortunate problem here right now. We do have a Stone Slicer that's going to come in likely for that scatter shot position. I think you would want to provide some good tank, get those balloons safe and sound, and not lose out on any, especially because, we have the Eagle firing away on a big pack of them with the defending RC there.
With that Eagle shot onto the balloons are not pounding. Okay, a few of them do go to that multi through some red arrows. Air Skelly's coming up as well, trying to haste his way through. There's the freeze onto the scatter shot. These balloons are looking pretty solid here. We only have a single target in front on the back end, but there's that scatter shot going to go down. That Dragon Rider is tanking. He's moving his way through with 30 seconds left in the raid. There is no air expo, so he's still pushing his way through. He still might have this, but it's about time. Can he get the push through? The balloons are getting picked off slowly.
He's got storages at the top side. That
Wait,
one
make the King invisible. Make the King invisible. Why? No. The minions are stuck on him. Oh, but he runs out. The Dragon Rider does take out the Witch Tower, and he's going to fall short.
Yeah, this is not where Badzinger was hoping to be, but again, look at the percentage we're seeing, 95%. So we've got 96, 95 coming in from Badzinger. This is not the smiles that we saw yesterday, definitely knowing they're in a tough spot with Tribe and their solid performance so far.
Yeah, with back-to-back triples from Tribe and then back-to-back fails for Badzinger, that is going to be a huge mountain to overcome for Badzinger there. I mean, there was that multi-target Inferno. It did not go down. The balloons had to path their way around it, and unfortunately, we had Recrest try to do the same attack strategy before. He was able to overcome that, but Avatar unfortunately was not able to do that here. So the next attacker for Tribe, maybe I might be guessing, could be Evecheck. They could really be attacking in any order. I know Evecheck really likes to attack around 4. He did before really like to attack around the 5th position, but they have switched some things up because Exorcist has been an absolutely insane attacker when he comes in to close off these wars. So Tribe is looking to put up another 3-star, and indeed it is Evecheck with his classic, his signature, Super Witches.
Yeah, I love seeing these Super Witches. This is very reminiscent of what we saw from Tribe Gaming last year. This was one of their favorite strategies, bringing in the Super Witches, and they were one of the first to do it during the World Championship qualifiers, showing how strong it was in that meta. And they continue to show that it has a place here in Town Hall 14. Now, beautiful use of the Zapquake, we start sectioning off a deeper portion of the funnel, giving some shallow value for the Warden to carry through and quickly meet up with the main pack, where time is of the essence here. That's where we want to see it going.
We have just under 2.5 minutes left, so that's really critical because Super Witches are so slow. You need to start them as quick as possible with a very early Warden Walk, getting some simple value, and then using the Lightning Spell just in front of where the kind of that Warden was going, so you can establish that funnel towards the town. Looks like he's doing just that with the Log Launcher, opening these walls to the multi-target inferno all the way in the middle. There's some freeze on the left. For his run champion, the logs are opening towards the Town Hall. He does have a secure kind of a safety jump spell just in case. But you know, these Super Witches are looking nice and healthy and going right into the middle.
They certainly are, but the King's struggling quite a bit, and we can see the Teslas, the Skelly Traps. This is why you put these in these compartments with the scatter shots, because it means you won't get the full value out of the King, but the Royal Champion with the timing, able to work her way through with that invisibility spell, despite having already used her ability.
Yeah, with that Warden Internal Tome, down goes the Town Hall. I don't know what can stop these Super Witches now. He's even got a little lone minion over on the King, and then on the far right side, beautiful value right there. These Super Witches do step into the Town Hall poison, so let's see if they can stay alive, which is a little bit annoying. And we have one more wizard for cleanup, so that Queen is stepping in. She does have her ability. These Super Witches did go down, so now the question is time. The Queen has to come in from the bottom side all the way around, and if he started these Super Witches about 30 seconds later in the attack, he would only have 20 seconds, so he would more than likely time fail. But let's see, with these archers to the top side, it's going to be close here, Lady B.
Oh, it is going to be close. Very nice awareness from the team. The positions of the cleanup. Minions coming through. With these having archers up here, he knew this was great. These are where spotters come in. Eve check knowing they are going to bring home the third 3-star here, Carmen.
He is smiling, the thumbs up, and he is super happy. Tribe with the 3 triples to start off this war. Eve check, well done. What a great effort coming in and putting another 3-star on the board. Let's go and show the support in chat for all the viewers at home. Put the 3 stars, put the thumbs up, put the heart as well. Coming away with the 3-star. And now if it's Zinger at this, they have to triple out just to get 3 triples and tie Tribe on the triple count.
Yeah, this is a tough spot because they're coming in with I can't say huge disadvantage because of the percentage, but a disadvantage nonetheless going into the back end of this. They still have their third hit to come through, so they need to pick up the 3-star and hope that their final 2 defenses can hold strong. And with the 95 and 96% 2-star that they have, it does put them, if they're able to hold the defenses, in a pretty solid position.
Absolutely. They're going to be really strong. Tribe Gaming right now in this war, it is the lower bracket. You win this match, you're taking on the Queen Walkers. And I mean, at that point, it's just a best of 1. The winner of that goes to the grand finals to take on JX Tiger. But now, Dima coming in with Super Bowlers. He's done it before. We've seen a few Super Bowlers, not too many here in the World Championship. It's really about the value that you can get from the skip. We're noticing this base has quite a bit of space, or this base has a lot of space between these defenses. So there could be really giant bombs placed anywhere, so you have to be really careful of where these Super Bowlers are moving into.
And this is going to be critical where he uses that Warden ability, and I would suspect wanting to use it a little bit further through into the core, but we do have the heroes that we have to contend with as well. Now we talk about these Warden walks. Look at that long range. We can pick up a lot of value out of it. It is slow moving, but it can reach over those walls where you want to go. I would love to see this Eagle go down, but this means that we need to invest the time to pick it off. So it drops the range, not for the Warden to keep him healthy, but just to speed this up.
So we're noticing the time. There is 2 minutes left, so that took the whole 1 minute in order before we dropped the Super Wizards, or the Super Bowlers and some Super Wizards here, actually. And if we think back to the last attack where Echak, he started the Super Witches with just about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so he really did a very quick Warden Walk. So let's see if time is going to be an issue here for Dima. With that jump, giving him access to the core, but he wants that battle flip to go all the way to the Town Hall and take that down with the Warden Internal Tome. He's waiting as long as possible, and there we go. Get ready for a rage right over the Town Hall, and the Tornado Trap spinning around shouldn't be too big of a problem, as he should be able to secure that.
Beautiful timing on that warden ability, keeping the healers safe there as well as they work their way through. A little bit of damage coming in, but one takes one for the team as the remainder stays back and behind. The king has barreled his way through the northern side of the base, still with the ability that he just popped, supporting the queen, and he's going to rip through those walls, giving her a fighting chance on the outside of the base. But this royal champ has a lot of work to do with those super bowlers that are now down for the count.
Yeah, that royal champion does have her ability still with one free spell left, but these ground skeletons are really putting a number on this RC, but luckily the healer is there to try to slowly heal this back up, but only 48 seconds. Queen's got her ability. Let's get ready for the RC. Let's see, should skip through the Archer Tower, damage the can, the other Archer Tower as well. But there's the freeze, just a bit too late. Now the Warden, he's actually doing a little solo walk over onto the bottom side. Notice, he put the unicorn onto that Warden, which is actually helping with the additional of the healer right there. So let's see if this queen can make her way through. We got only 20 seconds left.
We only have 20 seconds left, but she has her ability. We'll have the archers coming through, and that Expo is very low health right now.
It is.
She can reach it with the Warden. We've got Dima coming in with the 3-star that Badzinger needed to try and stay in the game.
Yes, Badzinger needed that triple. Well done to Dima. And we just talked about the beginning of that attack, and he used 1 minute of a Warden walk and then went in with a super bowler. So he was still able to get the 3-star. Just barely. That was close at the end there. Well done. Now Tribe, they're still looking to put the pressure. They're looking to come in with another triple. They do. They can walk away with another 2, and they can take this war here. But Dima with that super bowler smash. It's all about that Warden walk, getting that proper value.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of this coming from Tribe with those skellies, and in general, those skellies along the outside edge of the base. We saw that yesterday, one of the breakdowns that we did with the scatter shot, with the splash damage. We can actually defend against openers with the kings. We've seen those being sold up, but even we're seeing it now with the smashes and the super witches trying to stall it. Not the case for Tribe Gaming here, but you can see how that easily came down to a possible time fail. Now Kronos coming into this with the queen charge. Lalo, he looks very focused and ready to go.
He is indeed. Kronos, one of the best attackers in Tribe Gaming at the moment. We've got ourselves 12 more sneakies. So Avatar really making this town hall exposed to the top side. So let's see how Kronos is going to take care of that with 2 invisibilities. The Queen, what? She's down so low of health here, but able to keep her alive. There's the Rage. Headhunter's coming out. Poison spell is down, including that King. But let's see, maybe we zoom out right now because the town hall is being hit with these sneaky goblins. Yes, very nice. So we can keep our eye on if he sends the rest of the sneakies for the town hall. Looks like he's able to angle in there, but look at that. He's multitasking, using the Queen, trying to keep her alive, and then sending the sneaky goblins for the town hall.
This is going to be a tricky position because he has to now send it and commit to this position that he's coming in on. Gets it done, and I almost felt like, wait, one more coming in, 2 more. He's got this.
Yeah, he's got it. That was close. That was close. That invisibility spell was just missed the town hall or the sneakies, so they got picked off a little bit there. But he was able to secure it, no problem. Now just send this Lalo really in between through the base. Let's see if he can keep this Queen alive. As long as these healers don't get targeted by this multi-target murder, but the Queen can't reach it. So I would imagine eventually they're going to get within range.
Yeah, no, let's talk about the core of this base because we've got 2 multis, we've got 2 scatters spreading around, but they're in close proximity that you can get great value out of your Warden timing. Plus, we'll have the Stone Slimer coming in to help support possibly from the opposite side.
Yeah, now the Royal Champion does have her ability. Stone Slammer pops that Warden Turtle Tilt with the assistance of the range spell. The Queen is staying alive. This is looking really good for Kronos so far. The Queen getting that value. The Stone Slammer moving in. The Royal Champion is still barely alive. And these balloons do find the red arrows and the tornado trap, but I don't think it's going to be enough to stop him. He is going to be smiling. Down goes, and he is happy. Kronos with the 3-star again for Tribe Gaming.
Tribe Gaming is on fire today. They are rolling through with those 3 stars. They are working hard to make their way through and not making this an easy task.
I mean, the storyline is Tribe Gaming goes up against alternate attacks gets the perfect war. Then they're in the lower bracket, they get another perfect war. And the one time they don't get the perfect war, well, we don't know just yet, they have one more tech to do, is against JX Tiger, who's waiting in the finals. So we'll have to see what Exorcist can do for Tribe. Can he get another 3-star and give them their third perfect here in the World Championship? Because if they win this war, they're going to be taking on Queen Walkers, which is going to be the match just after this.
Yeah, I think they're out for vengeance for getting knocked down here to begin with, but if they make it through to face off against Queen Walkers, that is not an easy task.
Yeah.
JX Tiger, one of the very few teams that can show that they can dominate over the Queen Walkers, which I think took them by surprise for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. JX Tiger is the storyline of their defenses. It's been doing so well here in the World Championship, but Andy, he is looking to come in with an answer he needs. He doesn't have a choice. He needs the 3 on Eve Max's base. We got 2 Ice Hounds with the Dragon Rider coming out of that battle limb. Down it goes the Eagle. To secure an Eagle that early is fantastic value. But let's see, now with this Queen, she is going to be charging away closer to this tunnel. And again, we're seeing the channel of the base that Tribe really loves to use.
Yeah, and she's going to use this open access to work her way through into the multi-compartment as the King works for the scatter shot, just distracting it, which is huge, very important, especially as CC gets lured. You want to hold up as much incoming damage for the Queen so she can move her way in with the ability reserve nice and healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. With 2 skeleton spells to use, will he be using it to protect his heroes, or will he be using it for the enemy Queen and/or I would say World Champion, but she's already been taken out on the right side. With that poison, is he dropping? Okay. He does drop the skeleton to try to tank and distract that Queen, makes her invisible as he continues her push closer to the core where that multi-target Inferno is standing.
Yeah, trying to take some of the heat off from that warded tower, which packs a pretty nasty punch because he wants to hold the ability for the multi to ensure it goes down. He's got the Battle Builder, he's got the Tesla, and he needs it going down fast.
Multi. No! The middle multi did not go down from his Queen. That is what he was looking to take out. There's a tornado track on the warden building. One too early. Meaning these balloons are going to get hit by the Town Hall Giga Bomb. Wait a second. Here it goes. Oh, there it is. Those balloons took a massive amount of damage. They're all gone.
Done. That tornado trap keeping them in it with the early warded ability really hurting Andy's chance to turn this into the 3-star. And if he did bring in the 3-star, they would have looked to see if they can hold a 1-star defense, something to pull them back through this potentially.
This is going to put them to 9 stars. Tron is looking to put up a perfect war. They're at 12, and yes, we know that Bazinga won't be able to make a comeback from that. The enemy Queen is even still alive here. 30 seconds left. Down goes that final balloon. It just looks to be the end of the road for Bazinga. We do have 2 more attacks still to come, but we are getting closer to these epic matches to close us out, which means that Bazinga, we know that Tron puts up 1, 2, 3 stars, no matter what it's going to be, they will be taking this war. So Bazinga will be taking home $75,000. I mean, that is still amazing to take home that and make it to the World Championship stage that all the other teams in the world would love to be in this position.
Absolutely, and they should continue to hold their heads high, knowing that they had a superb performance, definitely coming in with not only some solid offense, we've seen some beautiful plays from them, some creativity as well. I mean, I love the Skelly Bat combo. I know it hasn't worked for them, but still really fun to see. But equally, defenses through that 1-star definitely will go down in the books for them, so certainly need to be happy with their performance this weekend.
Yeah, they have done an amazing job. I mean, Bazinga, they took out the defending world champions alternate attacks in the lower bracket. Yeah, Tribe took them out in the upper bracket, but still, unbelievable performance for both these teams. But here we go. Exorcist, can you put up another 3-star. He's looking to do it with that Queen Charge Rocket Loons. Okay, Exorcist, 12 Rocket Loons here. You know, he's trying to be a little bit creative. Let's see what he can do here with that wall wrecker going right through that gold storage, and it should be able to safely make it to the tower. We got ourselves a triple ice golem, which shouldn't really be a big threat for this queen.
Now, this is an attack strategy, one of few that I always will say is a risky approach. Now, it is safe for them, but when they plan early on, you know, you have to think, what if you're in the position that you don't get the job done? Now, the approach with this at least secures the town hall early, which we can often see doesn't necessarily work out in particular ways that you go about it, but is going for that safe 2-star, so that makes it a much more viable one for the last attack. But again, they don't want the 2-star. They want that 3-star. They want to go home with a third triple under their belt.
No, a third perfect war.
Yes, third perfect war under their belt.
What? That is still just remarkable. Let's see if they can do that here. The Queen making her charge through the King's ability, pulling some ground. Oh, there's the Warden ability. Protects the King's Barbarians. Beautiful Eternal Tome to really push through this bottom section. Look at this Queen. She is just staying up, and she's going to get insane value right through the middle of that base.
Absolutely. And the King and the X still working through this one. This is a solid position, but this is what you need to do with the rocket loons, because you send them from the outskirts. With this approach, you need your heroes to essentially gut out the core and use the rocket loons for support, taking advantage of that hasted ability.
What? Look at these. Now these rocket loons are just casually moving their way in from the outside. Exorcist is making this look easy. He's just picking this space off left and right, and Exorcist is putting a statement on for Tribe Gaming. And this is gonna be a 3-star Exorcist. Let's go and get a round of applause for Tribe Gaming. Another perfect war here in the World Championship of Clash of Clans for 2021. And they will be advancing to take on the Queen Walkers.
That is the face of excitement. That is the face that we want to see coming in from Tribe Gaming after such a beautiful performance. Look at the hype. Look at how happy they are, knowing that they still have an opportunity to fight through, but they will have to make it through Queen Walkers, and we still have one more attack to look at.
We do indeed. One more hit request from Bitzinger is going to be coming in, and really, Bitzinger, you guys did a fantastic job throughout this World Championship. I know it is going to be kind of, you're going to be hanging your heads, but don't do that. They're going to be coming in strong. You made it here. All the millions of other teams, the clans that tried to get here in this position, you're still walking home with a bunch of money here today, which is unbelievable. Let's see what they can do to close off this final attack here in the lower bracket for them. And he's coming in with an Ice Hound. We've got ourselves a little bit of a zap. Ice, while that Ice Hound really is going to be there as an extra free spell for a scatter shot wherever it may be in the Inferno Tower as he moves his way through.
I'm so happy that we get to finish this off and see Rakira's, one of the top hitters in Clash of Clans, coming through with this final attack. Blimp coming in. Let's see if he can finish it off strong, despite knowing that they're not able to make it through. You said it. This team has performed superbly. They need to be proud for what they've accomplished, and let's finish off with beautiful Lalo action.
Yeah, with that invisibility play, wants to make forces Queen to go to the left side here. We do have the King down on the bottom. He's going to make his way around. We do have some ground skeletons popping. The enemy Royal Champion is standing there. And let's see, the Queen will step up. More skeletons and additional skeletons. So many in this bottom section for each check. Really wanted to stop a hero push into this compartment, but it looks like the King was just able to try to stay alive, get that value as the Queen continues her way around the bottom.
These two the baby dragon to actually keep this moving along. King providing excellent support. We'll dive through this, but this gives the Queen all the opportunity to move into that multi-compartment. Now, the loons will be clipped in some of the radius, so the Queen needs to step up the bat fast, but we are going to see this Warden of Tome coming in pretty quickly as we work our way past the defending AQ into the scatter shot.
Yeah, with that Warden and Tome, those loons are moving their way up to the top side. Scatter shot. The Queen, look at her, still alive with her ability. Incredible stuff, Chris. How are you keeping this Queen alive into the core? Pacing his way up and around to that multi-target Inferno, getting fantastic value, and this is looking so easy. What a way still to close this one out for Bazinger. Great job here. They are going to fall short. We're going to put them at a 12-star performance, but hey, the only team that have even made Tribe Gaming fail one attack is the team that's winning the Grand Finals, JX Tiger.
Yeah, they can't be disappointed in that. And this means Tribe Gaming going to be fighting furiously to get some vengeance. Seek out JX Tiger, but they do need to work past the Queen Walkers before that.
GG to Tribe Gaming. Well done. They are advancing into the lower bracket to take on Queen Walkers. To think that you have Tribe Gaming taking on Queen Walkers here, you would think that this could be a Grand Finals matchup. But now the question is, which team would you rather be? Would you rather be Tribe Gaming, coming off 2 back-to-back perfect wars, or Queen Walkers, who just lost their last war? Yes, Gatsu got that 1-star. So really, Tribe is riding a really big momentum wave right now.
They certainly are. Knowing that they have these 15-star wars, these perfect wars under their belt, speaks loads to them. I'm going to be interested to see the stat lineup between these two teams, because we saw how close this one was.
Yeah, incredible stuff. And, well, 3-star, 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 and all 3 stars for Tribe Gaming in this war. This is their 3rd perfect war here in the World Championship. Can they do it again against the Queen Walkers and keep that going? Man, they have just been, they're coming in as the number 8 seed, the lowest team, the last team, to get that golden ticket, and look what they're doing.
They are like a step above. It's crazy to think that they were in lower bracket having 3 perfect wars, but just shows the incredible strength of all the teams throughout this weekend. But let's take a look at the community predictions, Carbon.
Yeah, well, we're going to need your help for Queen Walkers and Tribe Gaming. That's going to be the war that is coming up next. So what do you have to do in the chat? Down below, type in who you think is going to win. If you think Queen Walkers are going to win, do hashtag QW. If you think Tribe Gaming is going to win, do hashtag TG. And we'll take all of your votes, put them together, and show you what the community thinks who will take this. Remember, it's a best of 1 here in the lower bracket. You lose, and you're eliminated.
Yes, you are, and you'll still walk away with some pretty nice cash, but you want to keep rising your way. Try and go for that $250,000 first place prize. So plenty more action to come, but you know what? I think we should actually take a look at a breakdown. So why don't we hand it over to Itsu?
Thank you so much, Lady B. And yeah, I think there's one strategy which is coming to our head immediately when we're thinking about Tribe Gaming, and this is Screenshot Dragon Rider. So let's roll the clip and let's jump into it and see what exactly they're doing and why they're doing it so good. So they're charging the Town Hall. This is something which is to be expected. But now, take a look at this one Sneaky Goblin. This Sneaky Goblin, those are the small things which are doing a huge difference between a good and a really good player. This Sneaky Goblin was there to trigger any trap. For example, the tornado trap, which could rotate this queen into the Town Hall, it's gone. It would have been gone, it would have been there, just making sure that those possibilities of baits, of defenses are not having any chance. The next thing is, he is right now facing so much damage, facing the Lava Hound, which is stalling quite a bit, those screen charges, and having this Single Inferno Tower and the Sweeper all the time on this queen, which is forcing so many spells. And I know a lot of people probably would have let that queen at this point already use her ability or let her even die, which is even worse at this point because you really need that ability later on. And now those Dragon Riders are starting on this right side into the Multi-Inferno Tower and getting pushed now into this middle part of the base, because take a look at that. funnel at the bottom side, funnel at the top side. There's the perfect pathing now for those Dragon Riders right in between, into the core, into the heart of the space to make sure that everything in the core is getting taken down. And since you know traps are typically inside that core, he's going to delay the warning ability just to make sure that those loons are getting in front of those Dragon Riders and being able to tank everything to make sure that he's getting that 3-star in this defending queen. Everything is getting rated up and the defending queen is getting taken down like nothing. So overall, a really good attack by Max. And this is showing how good they are with this strategy. Queen Charge Dragon Riders. Just a fun fact, like 25% of the attacks of Tribe Gaming are Queen Charge Dragon Riders. So this is the strategy to defend. And apparently Betzinger was not really able to do so. So I think we should take a look as well at a base and see how we can break that down. So let's get over here and let's take a look at this base. First off, I think I should shout out the base building team of Tribe Gaming, especially Stefan, one of the best base builders out there, which is doing amazing for them. And just take a look at this base, especially those channel over here, which is making the life of those attackers really not the easiest, because we all know P.E.K.K.A Smash right now is incredibly strong. But when you're coming from the other side, like from this bottom side into the Eagle compartment, for example, this channel is making sure that it's kind of like the 50-50 where those troops are going. And this is like the worst if you plan out attacks, because they could go to the top side, getting distracted by the Wizard Tower, or to the tower. So a lot of possibilities right there, and this base defended really nicely with one of the best percentages in this match. So really good job to the base building team from Tribe. Looking forward to the match later, but I think we should now go over to Woody, who's standing by with an interview.
Thanks very much, Itsu. It is my pleasure to be joined now by the Clash of Clans community manager from Helsinki, Finland. Welcome, Darian. How are you doing, sir?
Pretty good, Woody. I'm just watching these finals, and man, just the competition level is so intense. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. How you doing over there?
Oh, we're doing fine. It's getting pretty hot here in the studio, though, as there's only 3 teams left, and we have already seen some incredible wars so far. Perfect wars from Tribe Gaming, and as there are just 3 left, and you've been watching this whole time, I want to ask you, Darian, what have been the most impressive moments to you?
Oh, I would have to say probably on the first day, on Friday, watching Aphelion just really pull 3-star after 3-star after 3-star. I think there was one match that just came down to the final seconds of a 3-star. I remember I was just gripping my chair the entire time. I think all of you guys were screaming along with it. And it just really kept my adrenaline up. And it's just funny to see that momentum going through all the teams of this entire finals.
Well, as our good friend Seth likes to say, you'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. With that out of the way, we're going forward to our next wars. And I want to know, what do you think that we can look forward to next? Is Tribe going to be able to keep up this huge offensive surge? Or is this going to be the time for the Queen Walkers to move back into the finals?
Well, I mean, like in any professional sport, like once you have momentum going, it's really hard to stop that. And you know, one of the strategies in professional sports is that when a team has momentum, the opposing team tends to call a timeout to try to stop as much of that momentum as possible. So I think with Queen Walkers, with Tribe Gaming just coming off the high of a perfect war, they've got momentum on their side. So it's going to be important for Queen Walkers to try to halt that momentum as much as possible. And I'm, you know, personally, I'm rooting for both teams on this one. Like I love the Queen Walkers. I got to go for my boys from Japan there, but Tribe Gaming is such an awesome team that this is probably one of the matchups I'm looking forward to the most.
That's very diplomatic of you, Darian. You can certainly see where you're coming from on both sides there. You know pretty much all of the players who are competing very well, and it's going to be an exciting one either way, as the winner will go up against JX Tiger for the grand finals and that title of world champion. I do want to take a step back, though, and ask you a bit more about the Clash universe as a whole, because as we know, there's a lot of new games in development. Clash Mini, and you're also working on Clash Quest. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about how these games are going to expand the Clash universe.
So, the Clash universe is vast, as we already have with Clash of Clans and Clash Royale, both taking place in the same world. So, from even though Clash Heroes, Clash Mini, Clash Quest are all being developed by different teams, they're designed to coexist alongside these other Clash games and not replace them. So, for example, with Clash Quest, they're adventurers traveling on a sea voyage. Their shipwreck crashes on a tropical archipelago, and they're kind of exploring this very kind of like Indiana Jones style. Clash Mini is basically what do the Clash characters do during their downtime? They're playing the mini game. And Clash Show is meant to be these characters on an adventure. So we're just kind of drawing more inspiration from the Clash universe, telling greater stories, and exploring this vast universe that we've created.
Excellent. Well, we're really looking forward to more news from those games. I know that Itsu, especially at the top of that Clash Mini leaderboard, has got his eyes set on the next round of balance changes and potentially more great news about expanding that world. But with that out of the way, let's get back to Clash of Clans for a second here now. This has been the year of Town Hall 14, and there have been a lot of new units added, new buildings, big, beefy armies getting upgraded across the board. The development team always has an opportunity to tinker around with the details and work to the best ability to make sure everything is spick and span perfectly ready to produce. But then once it's in the hands of the players, it's all up to them to create these new army compositions and design new strategies. I want to know, how has the development team been most surprised by the players this year?
The players' ingenuity is always surprising me. So there's something in like we make the game. We're not the best at it, even though we do have some people on the development team who we consider end game players. But it's that player ingenuity that they're the ones who come up with these interesting strategies, like in ways that we never thought possible. So seeing Tribe doing their Dragon Rider attack, I mean, we're watching and going, wow, we didn't even think about that. So I think anytime you have players competing at this end game esports level, pretty much everything they do is surprising to us. It blows our minds just how the creativity of these players works.
Well, both on defense, where you have a huge map to lay out those bases, and on offense, as we saw just this weekend with the new use of super minions in a battle blimp by Tribe Gaming, we have seen the innovation go to the maximum level, and we're really excited to see what the players do with it next, especially with the next two matches deciding the World Championship. So for a bit more in-depth look at some of the pro moves, we're going to send it off. Thank you very much, Darian, for your time here today. We hope to see more of you again soon. But for now, let's take it over to Judo Sloth with some pro moves.
Thank you, Woody. Yes, I wanted to break down a couple of the finer details from these attacks and explain it to you clearly. So feel free to rewatch this section if you need. Let's first take a look at the attack from Boom. And we always talk about a Coco Loon. Basically, you want to do that to protect your healers. So as we start the replay, the first finer detail I want to point out to you is the delayed deployment of the healers. Notice this air defense, and he wants to make sure he's not taking unnecessary damage. Once the healers are in, he will use a Coco Loon in front of the healers, never over the top of them. You want to check the area in front and make sure there is actually gaps where there could be traps. So that's just a couple of points for you on the use of a Coco Loon. Moving on to the next replay I have for you, though, I want to break down this attack by Yo-Yo23, and particularly the Town Hall, the Giga Poison. If we roll the clip as the balloons move on in, it doesn't matter if it's balloons or anything else, it does so much damage. You want to use your haste or rage spell behind the Town Hall. It might make sense to come into the Town Hall fast, but you need to get out of that Giga Poison with the use of the Grand Warden ability as fast as possible, so you're not taking that unnecessary damage with the Giga Poison. On to the next clip for you then. We have the Siege Barracks. We often see this alongside the P.E.K.K.A. Smash style attack. As we play this one, you can notice the Siege Barracks is deployed initially with the King, wiping out a lot of the trash buildings in front of this area. And then what it actually does in terms of its placement is allow Hog Riders into the base. So as we move forward to the next part of the clip, notice the placement of the Siege Barracks up here. It's not only cleared out the buildings initially, but the Hog Riders then, as you will see once it's played, will move move out of the siege barracks, directly targeting down towards the Eagle artillery here, and moving through down to the rest of the defenses. Let's just move on to the next attack for you then. I want to keep the pro tips nice and snappy for you, and this one is the use of the Rage spell and the balloons. Now, what we see as the clip is played is the Pecker Smash moving in. What we typically see is the Battle Blimp moving across to the Town Hall with the Warden ability. Typical stuff, but notice these two balloons up here. When he uses the Rage with the Yetis, the balloons move on in towards the single Inferno. We do sometimes see an clone spell used in order to push balloons over that, but he just used the balloons in this scenario. Wanted to point that out. Always try to be as efficient as possible. On to the next one then. Let's keep this fire going. We've got the Town Hall up towards the 10 o'clock area, and the wall break is important. He's already got the wall break in towards the multi. There's a wall break down the bottom here. Looks like it's not really doing anything, but it is so important for your wall breaker pathing. Wall breakers are attracted to buildings behind walls, not necessarily the walls themselves. So since this compartment is open, when he next deploys the wall breaker, notice it actually targets the buildings up in this area next to the Town Hall. That's exactly what he needs for his queen to move on in. So always make sure you're opening up those compartments to clear the wall breaker pathing through. As we go to the next one, that was Al-Mu'allin. On offense, we now have one of Bad Zinger, and this one is a little pro tip when you're sending your Barbarian King in towards an area. When the King's ability is used, wait for 1 or 2 seconds. Look at all of the Barbarians continuing to spawn. Then he uses the Warden ability. All of those Barbarians are deadly once you have them inside that Warden ability. You can also use the King's ability prior to him getting in range of a single target Inferno, which means that you just have so much more tanking in that area. But let's take a little bit of a listen to one of the pro players themselves, Yuta14, who we will be seeing in the next war. Let's find out a little bit about how he approaches his attacks in war.
こんにちは、クイーンウォーカーズのリーダーユータ14です。ラストヒッターであることにとって私にとっての意味は、クイーンウォーカーズの命運を握るのは僕かなって思います。生かすも殺すも僕次第ということで最高に楽しいですね。それがあなたにとって正しい役割であるとどのように、いつから見つけましたかということなんですけど、もともとね最後の方に攻めることが多くて状況を判断しながら、いろんな立ち回りをすることが得意だったので、e スポーツが始まる前から最後の方に攻めることは徹底していました。自分の役割を見つけようとするプレイヤーやプレイヤーを役割分担したいというクランに対するアドバイスがありますかということなんですけど、まずは自分のプレイの特徴だったり自分の特徴っていうのはね、第三者目線視点で俯瞰して見れることが大事かなと思います。自分がプランニング時間が短く全開を取ることができるプレイヤーなら素早い攻撃で最初の方にアタックすることもできると思いますし、そうではなくて少し時間がかかってしまうよ、でもちょっと丁寧なプランを心がけてますって方なら後ろの方に属する方がいいのかなと思ってるので、まずは自分の特性、自分の特徴っていうのをしっかり把握することが大事かなと思います。ラストヒッターとしてあなたはどのようなプレッシャーを感じますか、どのぐらいプレッシャーを感じますかということなんですけど、大会だったり状況だったりによって全然違うんですけど、やっぱりこの世界大会はかかるプレッシャーが他の大会とは大きく違うと思いますし、ただその緊張だったりっていうのは本当に大事にしたくて、そういう緊張だったりを自分の力に変えれるような形ができるっていうのがね、やっぱり、世界で戦っていく上というのとラストヒッターとしての役割なのかなと思ってます。はい。
Thanks, Yuta. You, the community, voted 52 to 48% in favor of Tribe winning the next match. Let's go ahead and get ready for that war as our Queen Walkers team, seeking to be finalists again, will go up against the highest hit rate team in the tournament, Tribe Gaming. Take it away, Judo and Itsu.
Thank you, Woody. It might have been in the favor of Tribe Gaming, but that was so close. Who knows who's going to win this one, Itsu?
I mean, if you consider how fan favorite Queen Walker typically is, this is insane for a tribe. They really have proven so far only weakness to the basis of JX Tiger. So far, otherwise, tribe getting always this with 15 stars. I'm really predicting those box bases again from Queen Walkers to maybe throw them off. But let's see if that's going to work. This match is going to be incredible.
It certainly is. How good will Tribe Gaming be against them? Like you said, 3 perfect wars. We know they can take down the anti-3-star, typical war-style bases, but the Queen Walkers, each and every one of them, pushing in Legends League. Maybe that will throw Tribe Gaming for a loop. We will have to wait and see. Looking at the averages, we can see that Tribe Gaming a little bit ahead. Now, these averages take into account the qualifier averages when the teams qualify, but also they are updated live from this weekend. So I'm not surprised to see Tribe a little bit in the lead there.
Yeah, I think Tribe quite boosted their stats over this event. Just, beating some world finalist teams, but everything is now coming down to this. For both of those teams, the tournament life is on the line, because whoever is going to win is going to face JX Tiger in the finals, and whoever is going to lose is dropping out of the competition, which would be obviously not the goal.
And let's face it, to this match, yes, it goes into the grand final. This is $50,000 on the line for this match. Whoever loses is third. They take home $100,000, and the winner gets at least $150,000. So technically, there's $50,000 on the line with just this match as well. We've got Exorcist kicking us off, and you predicted it too. We've got the box bases.
Yet surprisingly, they are reusing the box bases, which means, at least back then, we tried to plan on the bases from the previous day, seeing which bases did they use, what strategies would we use on this base, and I'm really sure that this Tribe Gaming squad is using the same technique, because it's so key to make sure that you're saving time if they're rerunning a base. And it seems like so far that's exactly what happened in this one. So the question is, can Exorcists now come in with one of those Dragon and Dragon Rider attacks to make sure that they're showing that they can 3-star box bases as well?
They've been pretty proficient with the Hydra style attack. That's what we knew Tribe Gaming could do after that LCQ. However, with this one, it's a totally different type of base, like we said. I will say, he's got fantastic pathing moving in towards the bottom of the base here for the Hydra. As he stays deployed, it will force the Barbarian King and the Archer Queen just up through this eastern side. And so far, I'd say this is looking pretty good, because he's still got that Warden ability. Might use it any moment.
Yeah, that's right, and especially take a look at the Expos. The heroes, the ground part of this army is at the top side, while all of those ground Expos are on the bottom left side where those dragons are. So those Expos are not doing anything right now. The biggest problem though, the defending queen. This queen has to go down. He's investing the priest actually, forcing his own queen into the base, with only one Expo staying left alive. And now it's all about the back-end Royal Champion to go down.
Oh, the Archer Queen! Look at the amount of health she has! Can the Archers even take her down? They do! Not after she took down the Dragon Rider though, so a little bit unfortunate. He's getting frustrated. Exorcist, he has definitely not got this one. You can see that back-end compartment just too strong. And how high can he push the percentage? This is the first attack that Exorcist has had this weekend that has not been a 3-star. All of his 4 other attacks were 3 stars. Now, I know you like the stats as well, Itsu. Is there anything that stands out with these bases?
Well, the interesting thing is that we have not seen those box bases from any other team, right? Only Queen Walkers brought those bases into the mix, and there are a couple of different base setups, like green base, those box bases are 1/10 of the bases, then we have those diamond shape of bases, which means like the eagle, really far at the top or at the bottom side, and then the town on the other side, which, as a fun fact, has so far the worst defending rate out of all of the bases, while those box bases having the best defending rate of all of the bases used. Queen Walkers, this means, so far with the best defense, if they're using it, which they did not, surprisingly, in the first match versus JX Tiger.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It's interesting that they did not use it against JX Tiger. I wonder whether something in their scouting and preparation for this matchup made them not want to use it. It is definitely something that perks my curiosity since they used them to such good success against Athelian Esports. But who knows what will happen? That's just the first attack. Tribe Gaming have certainly been putting on the pressure to every single team, so I'm sure they won't let that phase them too much. But here we go, Itsu, Gaku. This is a huge attack, looking to spin things around after what happened in that last war.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on his shoulders after the first match. Him, unfortunately, getting this one star, a lot of landmines already off the table. And since I think he's out of range of this flankcast, he can even use sneaky goblins, which is perfect, because this means there's nothing needed to be invested except this split for the Town Hall.
It's always nice when you can just take that down without any spells. And you can see he has a 50-50 mix of the freeze and skeleton spells for when he sends those Inferno Dragons in, using one of them just to help pick off the defending Clan Castle troops. And it's actually a little bit of a slow start here, but the Inferno Dragons can really wipe out a base fast.
That's right, we have already now record times with Dragons, Inferno Dragons, and in general this type of strategies. And he is in, but it's going against the Sweeper, which is starting him out quite a bit. The first hit spells are coming down to make sure that the Queen, the Scatter Shot, and even Expos are tank and cannot lock onto those Inferno Dragons. And the push is looking strong.
Used a free spell onto that single target Inferno down the bottom of the base to protect the Dragon Riders, but then they get wiped out by one of these seeking air mines. He's still got a pretty good push with the Inferno Dragons moving through the top end of the base. And notice he's holding on to that Royal Champion into, always just waiting for the optimal time to use it. Lots of red air bombs next to the multi-target Inferno, and he's missed it. That could be pretty huge because it's beaming on all of these Inferno Dragons.
Yeah, and take a look at that. All of those red bombs going straight into the Inferno Dragons. The Inferno Tower finally drops. But the question now is, can his heroes finish things off? He has the King ability, has the Queen ability, and the Royalty ability. All of them still on the board, while the King is now pushing in with his ability. The Scatter is the last remaining defense, which can somehow defend this base. But I think Gaku got his revenge. Gaku is showing this was just a small mistake earlier, and he's making it count in this match.
He has wrecked this one. Beautiful job to him. I've got to give him a shout out, being able to spin things around, pick up his confidence. And when we asked him what the #1 piece of advice was in the current meta, he said try not to pick difficult plans. That was ultimately what he said, and he showed it there with the Inferno Dragons. Nice easy dive to the Town Hall, set the funnel, just push everything through the middle of the base.
Yeah, that's right. Like, more complex strategies or like plans in general can, well, especially with like the handshaking and all of the pressure on the line, can really easily fail. So if you're just like drawing the line with the Inferno Dragons, the loons in there as well, and pushing everything in between, that's obviously way less risky. So he used that fact and pushed through to the 3-star for him and his team, which means Queen Walkers is leading after the first attack quite significant with this percentage lead.
Nebrax, though, he has been one of the top players for Tribe Gaming. Oh my gosh, the pressure he must have here. Now, he does like the Blizzard Lalo. He's used it twice this weekend. He's managed to 3-star once with it, and he used the Hydra on his other few attacks. Catching the Tornado early on here, Itsu, that's going to actually catch the Blimp using the invisibility and pops it so that he does get into that Town Hall compartment.
That was so close. He needs to take down now this Town Hall to make sure this Blimp is worth it. And he...
Oh,
no way! No way! He's not getting in the Town Hall. Things are going from bad to worse for Tribe Gaming after already Exorcist. Their star player, the player with the highest hit rate, could not secure the 3-star. Now Nebrax as well is really struggling. Those box spaces alone are giving Queen Walkers such a huge lead. The Town Hall is not going down again.
What does he do here? You could see the reactions before it happened for us on the replay. I mean, he's just got to Lalo into the Town Hall at this stage, unless he can get either his king or queen into that area or two, because he's got to start thinking about percentage, doesn't he? He's got to make sure that the Lalo just frees up as many non-defensive buildings on the outside so that he can push that percentage as high as possible, knowing they already had an 81%.
The queen is going the wrong way as well. He wants to get that queen into the town hall to make sure that's finally going down. But now with this direction, where the queen is going, this is not working. But remember though, I don't know if they flipped things around, but I think all of those red bombs are in this compartment right there. If we remember the base correctly from yesterday. But this is what I feel like. The Nano now into the town hall, as you said, trying to get the percentage. They can somehow save from this attack, but after that blink, it did not work out at all.
Yeah, he didn't commit too much to that town hall, wanting to make sure that it does indeed go down, but then notice how he's spreading the balloons all the way around the base. He's got some to the north, some to the west, even some down to the south, and the reason is, why go for the eagle in the core, or the scatter shot, when you can just pick off these defenses on the perimeter to try and free up those buildings. You can see he's now deploying the minions in to try and quickly take them down before the eagle locks on. And wow, Itsu, this is an extremely low percentage. Queen Walker's in an incredible position right now. What do you make of this?
It is really hard. I mean, it could be actually the lowest percent, or one of the lowest percentage which we have seen so far. And I don't know, like hit rate wise, it really surprises me that they're going with this Blizzard attempt, because like Everett's Blizzard Lado hit rate is below 60%, which is for a lot of players still quite a lot. But if you take a look at his like Zap Lado, or even his like what Gaku just used, Inferno Dragon, he has 80 and 90% hit rate, round up with the same amount of attacks, which is incredible. By the way, I think at this point we should again shout out Chase the Ace on Twitter for all of those amazing stats. He's doing an incredible job of picking those up and making sure that everyone can use it. So, big thank you to him and Tribe Gaming in a really bad spot right now.
They certainly are, yes. Anybody that is following the Clash of Clans esports Twitter page might have seen you researching on those stats a couple of days ago prior to the event, making sure you are able to just spit them out when it is needed here. But this, now for the Queen Walkers, is huge. If we take a look at previous years, Tribe Gaming, they finished 4th in 2019 with yourself, Itsu. So this is actually their best finish to a World Championship ever. Whatever happens from this point, they can go away with their heads held high. Queen Walkers, arguably one of the most experienced since the birth of esports. They were a finalist in 2019, then they finished 2nd in 2020. So they are looking to improve on that. But JX Tiger, who's the other only remaining team, they're the only one out of these three that hasn't got any other finalist experience.
Yeah, that's right. And maybe that's even good for them because they have not too much pressure on their shoulders. But now we have Starra coming in with his favorite attack strategy, which is this P.E.K.K.A. Smash. But he's bringing a Golem, he's bringing a Yeti, and he's bringing even a couple of Ice Golems to the mix as well, making sure that he's as flexible as possible with this setup. Then the Lock Dodger. The Lock Dodger, we know how powerful it can be, just pushing through the core. But we're seeing those open channel as well, which can lead sometimes to really unfortunate P.E.K.K.A. Smash endings. So let's see how the pathing looks like. The Golem is in, those P.E.K.K.A. walking as well, but the King so far is delaying, and this could cause the Queen to go to the wrong side.
It could do. Let's keep a close eye on this. There you go. She has stepped down to this area, and unfortunately, because he's got so much in that compartment, she's not going back in there. And the other major thing here is the Queen has the healers. Fortunately, she's actually going through the wall into the middle.
Yeah, she's trying to join up forces again with this smash in the middle, but there's just so much damage. She needs to invest so many spells, so many resources to get her back on track, and she needs to get that Town Hall down. The Lockdown is doing a great job actually opening up this town compartment, but now those, like this channel is coming in play, as I just mentioned earlier in the Telestrator segment. Those channels really can completely lure those P.E.K.K.A. and everything away from the Town Hall.
That's exactly what's happened, Itzy. You called it. The P.E.K.K.A. have moved down towards the 4 o'clock area of the base. He hasn't got a lot moving to the Town Hall. He's still got the Queen ability, so he is holding on to that as long as he can, just to guarantee that that Town Hall does indeed go down. But you can see the amount of defenses on the back end of the base, plus the fact they have to get through the poison. It's not going to be the 3-star, so it's a big defense of what Tribe Gaming needed, but still, they are so far behind on percentage now. They basically need another 2 defenses from the Queen Walkers.
That's right. It's good for them that there is a defense, and Queen Walkers is showing that they're humans, but at the same time, it is still not looking that good. If we take a look at the percentage, like 76% from Tribe Gaming on average, this is not what you would like to be. And especially now Queen Walkers with a 3-star, and now this above 80% 2-star, they're going to be way above of those 76%.
Sagra did manage to get the 3-star in that previous matchup, the first one that he has got this weekend, but unfortunately not able to roll that over into this war. If they do move on past this round into the grand final, I think he's going to have to make sure he can calm his nerves because, well, it's a 5-man roster. Everybody is pivotal when it comes to this stage.
Yeah, that's right. It's always a lot of pressure on the line at this stage. Like, you knowing one lose and you're out. And it's not like, okay, after that it's going to be easy. No, Jake's Tigers waiting in the finals with them already having one of those best of 3 matches won due to coming into the finals with the upper bracket, how the system works. But now let's take a look at Tribe Gaming. If they can somehow start their comeback, and they really need to start things, because, I mean, the surprising thing, they had 12 stars, and other than that, only 15 stars every single time. So, is it going to be another 12-star war for them, or can they maybe save the 13 stars, which I think needs, like, they need 30 stars at least somehow to make a chance of a comeback versus the Queen Walkers.
Well, it is still possible, and they have been the most impressive offensive team throughout this tournament, without a shadow of a doubt. The thing that's interesting, though, is they've only been in a position where they've been behind in a war once, and they obviously lost that one. So is that a case where the pressure now starts to mount? Echek has really stepped it up in the finals. He's had 4 attacks, 4 3-stars, and he really likes these smash style attacks, doesn't he? Either the P.E.K.K.A. Smash or the Super Witches. He always tends to opt for this style of attack.
That's right, and especially the current meta where you have most of the times like an Expo close to a scatter shot, or maybe even like another cannon, things which you can all then combine together with lightnings and take those out. This is where those super witches can really shine and take a lot of those bases out. You see, I mean, those witches which they can then use on the outside with their skin combined. And one thing which we have already seen now a couple of times from him is that he's using always one super witch to the outside, which is really uncommon. But maybe this is an approach how he was able to like work against and work towards not time fading with this really time-consuming strategy.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, Itsu. I hadn't actually realised that, because we thought in one of his previous attacks that it had walked, but in fact, like you said, just helping to clear out that area a little bit faster before merging back in. Now, the log launcher will get access into this middle compartment where he can get to the multi, should be able to then get nice access to the town hall. But yeah, just waiting on that Warden ability. Oh, when's he going to use it? Maybe for the loons?
I don't know what he's waiting for. Now there's the Warden ability, but the king with all of those barbarians is already down at this point. And the queen is luckily coming back, and now all of those super witches need to make this push towards the tower. The tower is pretty much being the last defense for this base. The multi-apparent towers are getting approached. The multi-apparent towers should fall right now. And then this queen, everything is relying on her. And he even has a jump spell left.
Yeah, he is looking good here with a couple of spells. Queen ability, RC ability. It's always nice when the Royal Champion has that ability. Bit of a celebration to pin through some of the back-end defenses. And I like the split here, actually. It's you with the Queen and RC moving up to the 12 o'clock area. Super Witches going through the wall will help with time across to that right-hand side. So Tribe can continue to breathe a little sigh of relief here, getting a 3-star and also that defense prior to this.
You know when it's looking good, when you can place your jump spell for the clean-up super witches on the right side. This is when you know you're looking good. That was the first as well from Echek. The thumbs up for us as well. This means Tribe Gaming is with the first 3-star on the board, but they now need defenses, and they need really good defenses because of this really huge, mess up earlier from them, which is causing them to be really behind on percentage level.
you can kind of see the morale of Tribe Gaming there as well. Still a little bit down in the dumps. And obviously they will be given the situation, but I feel they need to just pick themselves up. They're still in this. Another defense here really pulls them back into contention, will level up stars, and obviously they're probably still going to be behind on percentage, but there's still a couple of attacks left.
That's right, there's a lot of attacks left, and obviously defenses left for both of those teams, so nothing is over yet, and we're waiting for that next attack. Most likely stars coming in for the Queen Walkers next. This is like the attack style. This is something which I feel is really cool to see. Those different teams from different regions, how they approach those matches with fixed or non-fixed attacking orders of those players. Queen Walkers now, as we said, with stars coming in, and he's coming in again with the crazy attack, which you never ever test anyway, so it's all about him either messing up the attack or just completely wrecking this base.
Yeah, he always likes a lava balloon style attack, but you never quite know what other troops will be in the mix. The spells he is going to take, you can notice 3 bat spells are the ones that have perked my curiosity. But notice the freeze for the sweeper. This is something that maybe the sweeper pointing in that direction means he can feel a bit more confident flying in there, that there's not necessarily going to be a trap for the battle blimp.
Yeah, that's right. Really investing a lot into that to make that work. Now, like using the Queen with that new skin at the bottom side to take down the Clan Castle, nice and easy. And now we're seeing again one of those charges towards that Town Hall. He needs to make sure that the Queen is going in the right direction. He has a golem to support it as well. But Jura, take a look at that. This Tesla form on the far right side. If there are any ground skeletons in there, this Queen can really get into big trouble to get that Town Hall. I mean, he has 2 invisibility spells left, which he can invest. But at the same time, it's not going to be easy to take this Town Hall out.
It's certainly not, and I'm looking at those back spells thinking, is he going to pop them just, you know, beside that? Once the Town Hall does indeed go down, we've got the Yeti trying to make the funnel. Yeah, that Champion Queen skin, remember, limited edition for the World Championship, does have to use that invisibility there too.
Yeah, the Warden was hammering away on that Queen, a lot of damage. The Golem now is tanking, but there is just so much damage. Like we said, there's another big question mark. Are there any skeleton traps? If that would be the case, would get really problematic for him, but so far there's no more traps coming up. He's investing in another freeze. There's so many spells already invested. The question now is if he has enough spells for the back end, if he's going for another storage.
Yeah, he's investing everything. You saw the first freeze was picture perfect. Got the Town Hall Expo and Inferno Tower. Just missed it on that second one, but the Queen does secure the Town Hall, and he can now begin his Lalo phase with the Royal Champion getting the middle area. Look at the Dragon Rider just aiming to get towards that Eagle with the bats to tank for the air defense.
What is going on? This is genius. With those bats, the Lados now coming into the splash damage era where he's using the ward ability and the haste spell to take those out quickly. Now it's all about the rag bombs. Can those rag bombs, there's the first one, can those rag bombs now take down the loons? Otherwise this is going good. And sure, the time is ticking. 34 seconds left.
Ooh, he's got 25% with that 30 seconds. Is it going to be enough? With the tornado trap as well, catching the balloons, and he's running out of steam. It was looking so good. I actually tuned into a lot of Stars' YouTube Legend League live streams, and it just looked exactly as he does. Cool, calm, collected, easily swinging through the base. But you mentioned this, Itsu, when we were watching the last war, Barbarian King on defense. He can stall a lot and make sure that the percentage is not quite as high.
Now we're talking about, like, he should just jump up a little bit, like, get those minions out of the air, but yeah, he's just there to make sure that he's providing and trying to tank for anything which is left there with his hit points, making sure those minions cannot take those buildings down to increase the percentage. So really good try. I mean, just the idea with those bats was genius, but at the same time, it kind of felt like the Tribe Gaming was expecting some type of entry like this, because the Tesla farm was 100% versus the Queen entry, like what Stars did right there. So, good attack, but at the same time, good base building on the other side.
Completely, and that is what happens when the best teams in the world go head-to-head. Remember, this is to progress to the grand final. The loser of this war is third, which is incredible, but also $50,000 on the line here, and you've got to say, Itsu, a huge momentum shift now in the favor of Tribe Gaming.
That's right, they're now back tied up on stars, but you can still see the percentage. Take a look at that. So much percentage still in favor of Queenwalkers. And now Tribe Gaming is coming in with Maxi onto this base of Klaus, and this is no box base. So they only have so limited amount of box spaces apparently there. And take a look at that. The Queen is doing her ability. He's dropping a freeze, wants to drop an invisibility spell. This is huge. Queen ability freeze, so many things lost from the beginning, and even the unicorn is getting taken down.
Oh, that is huge. Captain of Tribe Gaming, Maxi, needs to be able to keep his cool here. Yes, the Queen ability is gone, but you can't let that phase you too much. I know that yesterday he had a little bit of a nightmare in one of those attacks. He's been able to catch his breath a little bit here. Reset, which is a good thing for him. And you can notice the Queen next to that Golem King skin. He is huge, the little headhunter, trying his best to take it down, and does so successfully.
That's right, but now he's facing that Clan Castle. There was already a Black Man, so the Queen has a little bit less power with those healers, and he needs another range invested. And remember, he is using this jump spell, which means it's one range less, which you typically have, or like 2 freezes. At least it's less spell power from him right there. Now it's all about, can those dragons, can those dragon riders finish off the base, and especially can they take down the tower with the healers getting targeted by the multi-inferno tower?
Oh, he's got to be careful. Invests the invisibility, then the jump to try and push the Queen in towards that multi. Get it down ASAP. Notice he has the Stone Slammer selected, and when he uses that, it's a little bit more difficult to get that Town Hall because the Queen still has a long way to go, Itsu, particularly with the 2 expos I see just underneath it.
Yeah, and there's Devlin. He's trying to save the rage because he wants... Oh, the warning ability is right there, but he tries to save the range for the Yetis, which are inside their blink. The single bird towers on the Queen. He has to freeze. The Queen is going down. It's not making it. You said it. 1 freeze, 1 range is left to save this attack.
Queen is down. He's frozen the Town Hall with that single target Inferno. It is super close. All or nothing now for Eve Maxi. Is it a 3-star? Is it a 1-star? We've got the Dragon Rider onto the Town Hall, but it is going down fast with the dragons. Oh, I don't think he's going to make it. It's the Dragon Rider falls. And unfortunately, it is not going to happen for Eve Maxi. This was painful for the Queen Walkers in that last matchup. But now, Tribe Gaming find themselves even further behind when they were just starting to catch back up.
That's right, this base was set up against Tribe. They knew they liked to do those eager charges with those blimps towards the Town Hall, and that was exactly what Klaus and Queenwalker baited over there. So incredible base. This was not a bad attack. Like in the beginning he had a couple of mistakes with the freeze and the rage, but anyways, like the blimp not making it. This base was designed to exactly stop this blimp, stop this setup. And this is what Queenwalkers did with this one. So huge props to them. Getting things sorted with those base building and getting with that a bigger and bigger advantage because they now already had 2 crazy good defenses.
Oh, they did. As soon as that tornado trap popped, caught the battle blimp, I could just see it happening because he'd already used the warning ability. And Queenwalkers, like he said, they tested that because as soon as the battle blimp came out of the tornado trap, started moving a little bit further forward, there was the 2 seeking air mines to take it down. And like you said, if that Town Hall goes down to the Yetis inside that battle blimp, totally different story. Not only would the Gig of Poison have been out of the way prior to the Dragons getting there, but all of that damage they were taking wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, that's right. Like if the blimp is connecting, it's going to be a push down no matter what. But at the same time, if you remember the beginning, he could have had the Queen ability to save that. But anyways, we're in the next attack. Klaus is in, and he is coming in with his super bonus again, with those 13 regular wall breakers, which you have to bring, because they have only 2 super tubes. Super bonus and super wizards are getting used. So the the only option is, if you want to get through walls, the wall breakers. So let's see, Walker starting things off to make sure that he's getting the funnel, getting the value which is needed to make sure that Queen Walker is pushing him further ahead with the possible next 3-star.
Yeah, we've seen him use pretty much this exact combination yesterday in the War versus Athelion, getting the 3 stars as well, might I add, with the wall breakers opening up this compartment to the right-hand side as the Grand Warden is just slowly taking things out here. And yesterday, I remember specifically the Royal Champion and how he held onto multiple freeze spells, which was the defining factor in the end. Let's see if the exact same thing happens today.
Yeah, he is for sure trying the same thing with that Blimp, with that clone, and there we go. But the first Black Mine is connecting to those healers. The second Black Mine is getting blocked by that Warden ability. Now we have that Blimp flying across. Can the Blimp reach the tower? That's the question. We have seen this now many times. The Blimp is so crucial. And there is the tornado, and there is the clone. Is the tower going down?
The Town Hall so far, not all the balloons going. They go to the single target Inferno. They bypass the Town Hall. He's still got the Royal Champion that he can send into that area. Surely that has to be the play here. Knowing that Eve Maxi just got a 1-star, a 2-star would keep the Queen Walkers in the lead on stars.
That's right, he's now waiting where he should drop his spells, and obviously the Royal Champion. There is one wizard trying to take down one of the defenses to make sure that pathing is better for that Royal Champion into the Town Hall. So far waiting, he's still waiting. There's the Royal Champion coming in from the cannon, from the right side, into the Town Hall.
I know that Cloud sometimes makes some nervous plays. I thought for a second he was going to deploy the Royal Champion at 7 when the King was tanking and trying to use the invisibility up top when she got there. But I think he uses the correct move here, plays it safe because he does not need to get super risky. But yeah, I think he still gets this even from the top because he's got the RC ability and the invisibility spell.
Wow. Going from a 1-star to, say, 2-star to 3-star, well, he just got everything, every single star possible collected in one attack. That's pretty good. Pretty good because 34 seconds left, and this means time won't be an issue either.
Hey, he swagged 3 free spells and an invisibility spell the other day. Now he didn't quite swag the Headhunter. I thought he was going to, but there we go. Deploys it right at the end. 3 stars for Klaus. Beautiful attack, and I think this is huge because not only does it keep them well above Tribe Gaming, it means moving to the grand final with the bigger picture in mind. They need the highest confidence because remember, if they get there, they've got to beat JX Tiger twice.
That's right, and so far, there was no team having an answer to the JX Tiger bases, right? Like, JX Tiger so far had been one of the best teams in base building, except the Queen Walkers, you can argue, with their box bases, but surprisingly they did not use them earlier today. Maybe we're going to see that in the final if they're going to win this match, but first, maybe Tribe has something in store for us which can provide us of a comeback, but it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question. Do you think the Queen Walkers were saving something like that for the Grand Finals? I guess if they were, we would see their best bases now because it's knockout phase. They need to get to the Grand Final first. You called it. Here we go, another box base. But the Super Bowlers, they're sometimes pretty good against this.
Yeah, I mean, it is legend bases versus legend strategies, right? Because we have most of those top legend players play those Super Bowlers. There's a reason for it, because they're against this specific legend meta. They're good against that. So, Tribe Gaming bringing those Super Bowlers to the mix, bringing them in on those box bases, and it seems like Kronos wants to go all in, because either he wants to go into the scatter or into the eager compartment with both possibilities. Would be kind of risky, but let's see which entry he's going to choose.
Yeah, I don't have the eagle eye on base recognition that you do, Itsu, obviously with yourself being the ex-pro player and a base builder yourself, but I'm pretty confident this is the base that was used against Athelion yesterday with the Hydra, which did get the defense, obviously switching to ground this time. Nothing for that Town Hall at the moment, but she's using the minion to take out the storages and help with that push, but a big, strong entry from the opposite side of the base. pretty much going all out for the 3 stars now because Tribe Gaming, they know they need that.
Yeah, he's doing like the classic legend entry, which is really risky. Like, it is really, really risky, especially with things not going inside. This can definitely be a 1-star because Super Bonus mostly dead. Heroes did not go where he was planning them, so nothing is going to plan, and the funnel was way too hard for him. And the Kagu base is so far looking good again.
Oh, the Super Bowlers, like you said, they split up, meaning all of the healers were on one Super Bowler. He's lost all of the DPS through the middle of the base, and unfortunately for Kronos, I just don't see what he can do here. He's got the Royal Champion in multiple spells, but passing to that Town Hall is incredibly difficult. Yeah, I think as he's doing, he's just going to send the Royal Champion directly in it and forget about percentage.
Yeah, he just has to save the 2nd star. The Town Hall is going down. The Warden is giving a good fight against those lava pups, which are just swarming that Warden at the end. The Queen is not going to get any further, and this means this is like a Royal Champion invisibility charge into the heart of the space with not getting too many percentage again.
Yeah, this is all but done now. Queen Walkers in a similar position to what they found themselves in yesterday. In fact, a better position because Utah 14 basically just needs a star, whereas yesterday he actually needed the 2-star. So not much pressure moving into this last attack. But again, I just want to shout out Tribe Gaming because I think a lot of people in the community have been so impressed with their performance this weekend.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think Tribe Gaming did a really good job. I mean, no one even predicted them to win the first match, right? Like, everyone predicted alternate pretty much. And so they got already so much further than a lot of prediction could have, like you could have thought after all those predictions. So, really good job to them getting this 3rd seed. But Queen Walkers is looking strong and is picking up momentum to maybe have the chance of the comeback then in the finals later versus JX Tiger.
Oh, it's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? Particularly because Queen Walkers have been in this situation. Now, I have to say, JX Tiger, they didn't really show any nerves, if you ask me. If they were going to crack under the pressure, I think they would have done so already. But who knows? You can never train for a World Championship Grand Final, and the Queen Walkers, they've been there. Utah 14 though, he'll be wanting to finish off in style. I know we mentioned the 1-star, all of that stuff, but actually, he'll be wanting the 3-star here, just to make sure they do move into that final with as much momentum as possible.
Yeah, that's right, and he's doing out those rocket dunes nice and early. There's the freeze. This is exactly how we should handle them. Freezing those. There's the poison coming down. The Queen HP is looking good. And this means that the Queen is going to move forward without losing too many hit points or he losing too many spells.
I love when we get to see the player actually with their device as well. You can see Unit 14 with his phone name. I honestly don't know how the players use a small device. Now that I have a larger tablet, I couldn't use the phone. But Unit 14 controlling this incredibly well with the Queen locking onto the Town Hall. And you can see it too. He actually doesn't even need a star, 38%. So here we go. Queen Walkers getting that star means they will be moving into the Grand Finals and guaranteed at least a 2nd place finish.
That's right, but we're hoping for more. We're hoping for Queen Walkers and especially Utah getting into that finals with their head held high. So Utah chasing this 3-star with the Dragon Riders coming in from the far right side with the Slammer, which is one of the strongest combinations for Dragon Riders because it's giving you so much power, so much tankiness for this troop.
Yep, and the balloons were getting pretty good value over there as well. Popping these Seeking Air Mines, which is exactly why you send the balloons in with the Dragon Riders. Uses the Warden ability to catch most of them. The single locks onto the Queen. He's already used the ability, so does have to use his final spell in terms of the freeze to try and keep that Queen alive. And his Dragon Riders have split all over the place now into.
Yeah, that's the not so good thing for him, but the defending Royal Champion is going down. The attacking Royal Champion has used her ability. The multi-effort at the top side is going down. So many things are happening at the same time. The healers switched over to the Royal Champion. Now there's a Royal Champion charge taking place.
I can see a little bit of a smirk starting to be there on Unit 14's face as he continues to do everything that is needed. He knows they're moving to the finals, just pushing the percentage as high as possible here. He's super close to even getting this. With the Archer Queen running down the bottom end of the base, it's not that he would fail on damage here. It's all a matter of time, but he's got a lot of minions and no splash.
Yeah, he has a lot of minions right there. The Giant is tanking. Sneaky Goblins are coming in to make sure time is not an issue because Judo, he's closing in. No red bombs. 14 seconds left, and Utah is turning things around with an attack which in the middle part did not look that good, but he wouldn't be Utah. He wouldn't be the final attacker for Queen Walkers when he wouldn't just easily 3-shot those.
Quick crack of the old net there just to make sure that they are ready. But look at that, no celebrations. They know they're moving into the finals. They have to stay dialed in, focused, and that is what they have their minds on. Interestingly, I think with that attack, what Utah 14 told us prior to this championship kicking off is that he learned how to be flexible from his teammates. And I really think we've seen that shining through there. He was able to keep the attack well under control when it looked like things weren't quite going right.
That's right, but that's something which you learn in Legend, and I mean Queen Walkers is famous for being those trophy pushers as well, which is giving them so much flexibility, so much power in planning quickly, but as well getting those attacks, which might look bad to us normal clashers, but then to them it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know why you were concerned, we got this all day long.
Yep. Under control all day long. Again, commiserations to Tribe Gaming. They are third place in the World Championship, going home with $100,000. But it is the Queen Walkers that are successful. Moving on to the Grand Finals. Remember, JX Tiger waiting in the wings. JX Tiger only need to win one match since they beat the Queen Walkers earlier on today. But that is a stellar performance, given that Tribe Gaming have put up 15 stars in 3 of their wars prior to this.
Yeah, we cannot highlight those space-spinning teams enough because they're like the heroes behind the scenes. They're not the ones which are on stage and attacking and getting most of the praises. They are the ones which are working in the back, which are doing those scoutings and getting those bases ready for those teams to make sure that they can perform to them.
Absolutely, we have the stage set, ready for the teams to get into war, battle it out. But let's go ahead and hand it over to Lady B to take a closer look at one of the attacks from that war.
Thank you so much, Judo. What a superb victory there for the Queen Walkers. And we are, of course, going to highlight one of the attacks that really turned around. Very, very impressive here from Claps. If anyone was going to do it, it would have been Claps, and yes, he did. So let's take a look through at this Super Bowler Smash. We're seeing it a lot more, and if you're not familiar with the Super Bowler Smash, it's very similar to most of the Smash-style attacks. So if we take a look at the replay in action, we'll see the similar setup and funnel using the Warden to kick things off, shaping up some of the pathing on the outskirts. Very nice use that we have of a Yeti to start settling up the rest of the funnel so we can get the navigation to move through inside the base just a little bit deeper. Now, what I really like about this is we can see our path line moving along. And what's easily reachable is all of these items right over the wall. So we can use the jump in a really nice position here. So looking at the way the funnel's set up, this is where we actually start getting into the tricky situation. We've got everything perfectly in the core, but it is this blimp that gets stuck in the tornado trap. Those loons crop out with the clone spells. The tornado trap sets them off course, away from the town hall, over the inferno. And look at this, goes for the air sweeper. So this is where Klaus is in a very sticky situation, and this is where we talk about recovery. Everything else went to plan except this part of the raid. The town hall is left. You can see we have beautiful pathing created, a lot of the base taken out here, but we need to find a way to get the town hall down. Now with Smash style attacks, often you're leaving your royal champion to the end, and this gives you a lot more control to handle these types of situations, but it doesn't mean you can still get the job done. This came down to the wire to pull in that 3-star, situating Queen Walkers into the position they are now, moving forward into the finals. So great use of this Royal Champion and patience. The patience is key here. Look at that Royal Champion as she is low on health, working her way through, hanging on to the ability. And of course, one of those things I like is the back pocket invisibility spell. This will always, almost always, get you out of these kind of tough situations when used right. So Klaus with a beautiful 3-star performance where we really thought it was going to turn into a 1-star. Great moves there. But why don't we also take a look at one of the bases? We're also going to highlight Queen Walkers on this one. Now we saw Queen Walkers using a lot of these box bases, and this is because they have heavy DPS on the opposite side of the town hall, which is basically going to force you to invest something like a siege barracks into the town hall, and then your troops have to really work on just taking care of things without the heroes actually to support, because they're working from the opposite side and not getting as much value as you like. So this has really tripped up Tribe Gaming and many other teams this weekend. But the scatter shot placement here is one thing that I wanted to highlight for this particular raid, where that was the key for taking out Nebrox early on in this one. The placement able to reach right over where the Blizz came in. So always thinking about those placements of some of your troops. So beautiful job here from Queen Walkers. We've seen exceptional offense, exceptional defense, and this is how they're making it through into the finals. But now it's time to check in with Woody.
The Queen Walkers are victorious! They're moving on to the last round, our grand finals against JX Tiger. The connective effervescence of this Japanese team has buried the hatchet of Tribe Gaming, a valorous effort, and third place to them along with $100,000. Huge improvement over past years and a great placement in the end. But we now have the opportunity for JX Tiger, the only undefeated team, to take it all away. Well, what's it going to be, folks out there? We want you to vote and let us know who you think is going to earn this trophy and the title of World Champions. Is it going to be the Queen Walkers with hashtag QW, or will it be JX Tigers with hashtag JX? Let us know in the chat right now. We will accumulate all those results and let you know who you think is going to win. But until then, we're going to get a little bit more word from one of our pro players. Indy from Bad Zinger has a very interesting and intricate attack to show you how to do a Queen Charge Dragon Rider. Take it away, Indy.
Hi, I'm Indy, a player for Bad Zinger, and let's break down one of the top attacks of the year. First up, before sending our Archer Queen, we make funnel for our Queen so that she goes inside the side compartments. To funnel, we use balloons and some sneaky goblins, and after that we break the wall into side compartments and wait till the CC pulls out. Once we got CC pulled out, we drop Jump and Poison to kill the castle. And after that we deploy our Grand Warden, Barbarian King, and Battle Queen to get the Town Hall safely, and Barbarian King for people compartment to get the high DPS to protect our Battle Lane, and King we use Sneaky Goblins to get the Town Hall safely, and we slowly start deploying our Dragon Riders to clean up.
What an attack this was! The perfect vulnerability to cover the Blizz, cover the King, cover the Royal Champion and the Queen. That was a really, really good plan.
When I got the 3-star, I felt satisfied because I knew that would be triple, because I practiced that strategy for a while and I knew the result because I felt confident. Thanks to our fans for supporting us and watching while we play this game on big stage. Thank you all.
From all of us who are here to learn from the best, thank you, Indy, for that insight. But hey, we've got more insight up in store for you next. As we mentioned at the top of the show, Lady B has invited Clash with Eric for a special edition of Clash Me Anything. They're also joined by Carbon Finn. Why don't you go and take it away, guys?
Thank you so much, Woody. Welcome to Clash Me Anything. Very excited to be bringing this to you live. Of course, I'm joined by Carbon Finn, but we have our special guest who flew all the way in for this, Clash with Eric. How are you doing today, Eric?
I'm good. This is a crazy finals, and I've definitely been impressed by the team today, especially Jake Tiger. What a surprise!
Yeah, this is coming down to the wire, and we've seen some crazy defenses, offenses coming into the mix. Now, let's get down to business. Let's start off, and as a fellow ESL Mobile Open caster, I gotta ask you this. We've seen Mobile Open bringing us some of the top contenders through into the last chance qualifiers through North America and Europe, and we've seen some impressive performances. But we have 4 teams here that have played through the European circuit. But despite seeing all these beautiful performances from North America, we're not seeing any of those teams here in the World Championships. And we've seen them through the qualifiers as well. So I would like to know, what can the North American teams do here? Like, what can they do to get to this level with the Asian and the European teams really dominating so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's been very dominant from the European teams. We've had big front runners across the North American circuits there with Train Station Gaming making it into the last chance qualifier. We've had Space Station Gaming, who honestly a lot of people expected them to make it all the way here, but they're not here. And they got some changes coming to their roster. There's a lot of rumors going around right now that Bernal is going to get signed, and one of their weaknesses I felt for quite a while was they had Marnal on the team, but he didn't have somebody of the same language that was able to work with him. And this is a very team-centered game here, so not having somebody that can speak the same language definitely hindered them, and that is going to give them a big boost here in the league.
Absolutely. I think that's something we're all going to maybe look forward to. If it happens, still speculative. But we do have some viewer questions here, and we have this one coming from Twitter. This comes from Qatar to Jazvi. He would like to know, what do you think makes a competitive war player different from a competitive trophy pusher? So, like, what are these positive highlights that each one of these have that are their strengths?
Yeah, good question. The biggest thing from trophy pushers compared to people who mainly play just wars is be able to, first of all, react on the fly when things go wrong, but also quickly break down a base. You only have a very, very small amount of time, and you have to take whatever you got and triple a base there, which is very, very useful if you're one of the first attackers, because you have to remember, during these sports wars, we only have a couple of minutes here. We only have 8 minutes before the first attack, and you have to break down bases very, very fast here, right, Carbon?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to be able to take that down, and especially in wars, we talked about with the Queen Walkers, what they were able to do, like Gaku, where they push really high up into Legends League, and they push, and they are able to come up with these attack strategies, but it's been their bases, those box-style bases. I'm sure all the viewers at home, they've gone up against them so many times, and they can be so frustrating, Lady B.
They definitely are, and we just saw that in the last matchup. Now, we've got one more viewer question here for you both, and this comes from the chat from today, from Papa Reload. He'd like to know, seeing how the game is right now, all the meta, what is something that you would like to see come to the game in the future, and how would that have an effect on the game?
Oh, I want to see level 6 witches.
Oh.
Did you see that coming?
No.
Someday. We're going to have talent 12 witches and get something a little bit higher.
Yeah. Well, I would probably say it's really nice to see maybe use of Super Valks or Valkyries, because I think the biggest thing is Super Valkyries, they drop that rage spell, but we have never really seen the pros really utilize that. We've seen the Ice Hound with the freeze, but utilizing that rage would be really cool.
It really would be.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk a little bit. We got one match left to go, but there is a possibility that this could reset. So in a double elimination format, what happens is you have a 15th match occur if the loser of this match was previously undefeated, that being JX Tiger right now. And that gives the opportunity at a second elimination or total victory. So we'll have to wait and see what comes with that. But Carbon and Eric, who do you think will win?
I've been turned into a believer here for JX Tiger, but I still really root for the Queen Walkers. They worked so hard. They've won so many community tournaments. JX Tiger definitely a massive surprise with that team, and they have a real chance here, but I'm still feeling like the Queen Walkers. I think they can make the comeback. I think they can still take this.
You think they can make the comeback? Well, JX Tiger just has to win one more, and they are the world champions. So I think that's going to be a huge edge in their favor. And I think JX Tiger might just take it there.
Interesting. I think it's going to be a tough call either way, but we're in for some great action, and I'm curious what the community thinks, if they agree with you.
Yeah.
So why don't we head back in and talk to Woody and find out what they think.
After millions of clans have fought, after months of competition from all around the world leading up to this very moment, the grand finals have arrived! The Queen Walkers and JX Tiger are the last two standing, and the World Championship title will be decided very shortly. We asked you at home if you thought one team or the other would take the title, and here are the results. Queen Walkers take it with 65% of the community vote, up against JX Tiger with 35% of it. This is a big upset for the undefeated team to not take the top spot. Let's go ahead and send it off to Judo and Itsu for this war to start.
Well, we are here. We are ready, as you have seen. JX Tiger. What do they need to do to win the hearts of the community? Itsu still. Queen Walkers have majority of the votes, and they need to win 2 wars here. JX Tiger could lose the first one, win the second, and they are still world champions.
Yeah, that's right. JX Tiger is having a huge advantage going into this. It was like mindset advantage because they just won versus Queen Walkers and with a really incredible performance. But at the same time, the big deciding factor in that match was the 1-star, which gave them the edge, which gave them the advantage. So the question is, how do they handle the situation with maybe not a 1-star on defense?
JX Tiger have won every war, and they have made the opposing clan struggle massively. Their bases are next level. I think we can say that. But will Queen Walkers come in with those box bases this time? Here we have the lineup of JX Tiger. You are getting used to their names now, and those stats are incredible. But look at Vic on that right-hand side. Qualifier and stats from this weekend, 100% across the board. I remember replicating his Pekka Smash attack back when we had the qualifier challenge.
Yeah, what makes this even more impressive, so far in this Worlds event, he always went first. Like, it's not like he's going last and like having time to plan. No, he's going first every single time, and you should know it. It's like around about 8 minutes of planning, and that's it. Versus every type of phase. This is just incredible. But as well incredible is the other team, Queen Walkers, fan favorites. We have just seen it. 65% of you guys out there are voting and supporting the Queen Walkers. And they're coming in with really good percentages as well.
They certainly are. The roster remains unchanged from last year's grand final, where they fell to alternate attacks. Is it there? Yeah, this time. Or can JX Tiger win one more war? They have yet to be defeated. They have been so incredible. 5 attacks, and they could be our world champions.
Yeah, I think we should really highlight that here, because JX Tiger came into this final from the upper bracket. This means that they only need to win 1 match. If Queen Walkers wins this next match, it's going to be another one because they're coming from the lower bracket. This is something which you need to keep in mind. And we obviously are going to see who can take this win and take a look at those percentages and those stars. They are incredible. They're incredible. And we have to wait if they can stay on the level or if they're going to crumble. Because so far, those 2 teams were the best teams on defenses. And maybe that's the deciding factor. Both teams with the best defenses, both got into the finals.
Yeah, they certainly have. But you've got to remember, JX Tiger, they are the team that beat the Queen Walkers. It's not like the Queen Walkers lost to somebody else. They moved down through the lower bracket and to this stage. It was JX Tiger they lost to, and here we go. It is Vic, it's the Pekka Smash, and it is the box base. Take it away, Itsu.
It is so cool to see now that the JX Tiger team has to go up against the box bases, which Queen Walkers surprisingly did not use against it earlier today. If they were afraid of them maybe knowing the secret, how to attack those spaces. We're going to see that now in those attacks. And Jake's Tiger is coming in with their special ability, which are those Packer Smash attacks. They're so good at that, and they're starting things off from the complete other side of the base. I think we have seen a similar attack already earlier on those faces, which did not go well for Kronos.
It didn't, but let's just set the scene here, because Vic is an attacker who likes to push in Legends League himself. He actually finished in the top 10 of Legends League one season, which that is super impressive. I don't think people realize how impressive that is. It's basically right now we have the 10 top players in the world battling it out, but you see the funnel is set pretty good up to that northern side with the Barbarian King. Log Launcher hoping to get all of the way through, and unlike the attack that you referenced earlier, this one looks to be going a lot better.
Yeah, that's right. He's offering everything, especially those healers. They're getting targeted by the air defense, but there is no chance of them getting taken down because those super wizards coming in clutch. Take a look at this Log Launcher, opening up everything. And now the rocket from the bottom side. Everything is ending on this town hall. This town hall. If it drops, it's going to be a 3-star, but the question is, can he push that far?
Can he get through? We've got the King to one multi-target Inferno. At the same time, the Royal Dragon takes down the multi on the other side. Look at the force of troops moving to the town hall, and there's not a lot else left here into the town hall. It's the major threat. It is down. We've literally got a couple of arch towers. Royal Champion ability. Come on, Vic. You can start to celebrate, my friend. You have done this. 3 stars for JX Tiger. Exactly what they needed to do to kick off this war.
Big MVP worthy performance so far in this event. Incredible. And I mean, Queen Walkers, they were right. They were right to not use those box spaces versus Jake's Tiger earlier. And this is giving me not that much faith into Queen Walkers, because they have used 3 box spaces, and so far they have defended incredible. But this time, already the first box space is falling, and not even falling, it's just getting completely obliterated. There was nothing left, and it felt like all of those troops were still alive, pushing through, only the town of poison at the end. We're like, okay, I will make it look fair, okay? I will take down a couple of those troops that is not looking that devastating, but really incredible attack right there, and maybe that's the secret to approach those box spaces.
Yep, I will be looking to replicate that attack just like I did with the Pecker Smash challenge. Like I said, it is important to note here though that Vic is a Legend League pusher, so he'll be familiar with that. But also, what do Queen Walkers do here? They threw up different bases before, it didn't work, so they kind of need to throw up the box bases to give themselves some type of opportunity. I feel they had to make this play.
Yeah, they had to do it, but I mean, you asked what they have to do. I mean, the easy answer is 3-starring, yeah. So let's see if Sabra can make this work and can somehow not get the Queen Walker team in pressure, like in a pressure situation again, because they know they lost already to Jake's Tiger earlier. If they're falling behind early, I think this could go really wrong. Really quick, really wrong. So they need to make sure that they're staying close or even getting a lead somehow, as quick, as long as possible. And we have the Super Witches coming in, which so far were really successfully used from Tribe Gaming each deck. Question now is, are they working as well for Sabra?
Sabra used them once in the opening war for Queen Walkers. He did only get the 92% 2-star, and he's only had 1 3-star this entire weekend. Come on, Sabra, you can do this, my friend. He's got one of the Super Witches to the outside of the base here, which is interesting that you picked up on that with the attacks from each deck. But look at all the red air bombs there, Itsu, clearly thinking that there was some sort of charge into this bottom area.
That's right, and so far he has not deployed those regular witches yet. And as we said, this might be right now the best move to go with those super witches, making... Oh, wait a second, the queen is going the wrong direction. Is she going for a wall? Please, no, Sabra. No way! She's going for a wall, which means this entire Log Launcher is only opening up the wall for this double giant skeleton, which is not getting that much value. So things are not looking that great right now for Sabra.
Where did they go?
Pushes back.
See, the Clan Castle, I think she goes left here. And see, there's no way she moves back across. And the Super Witches, you can see, are underneath the healers. Uses the jump just in time to redirect the Queen, but the Super Witches are still stuck on the wall. Come on, move across there with the Queen. No, Grand Warden. He's not really going to get this a little bit late on the jump spell. Getting the Super Witches are across.
He's missing the tower with that freeze and now turning the Inferno Tower invisible. Things are looking really not that good, but he has the Queen ability to save that second star at least. The Water ability now got meanwhile used for those Super Witches. The Royal Champion coming from the top side. Maybe this is going to turn out great still. The Royal Champion now facing off against those ground skeleton traps. Yeah, like there's still the Royal Champion ability left. Maybe. The King of Poison went as soon as she stepped into that region. Tornado Trap is there. Super Witches are fine down to the bottom area of the base, but I do worry. Look at the cannon on the right side of the base. It's 30 seconds. Oh my gosh, it's not going to be enough in terms of time. You can see it in his face. Oh, what an unfortunate turn of events there in the middle of the attack. Maybe could have adapted with that jump spell a little bit earlier, redirected everything, would have been the play. He's going to get up to 90% or at least close to it. Queen Walkers, though, trail after the first attack. JX Tiger, let's remember, they only need to win one war in the grand final, and they are our 2021 World Champions. And this so far is looking great for them. I mean, they're going into this match with confidence. They have won the last match in the upper bracket versus the Queen Walkers, and they're starting off only after the first one attack each already with a lead, and this attack on the box space from Queen Walkers, which have done so far so incredible on defense, just got wrecked right there. So the question is, can the teammates from Vic replicate his approach and get that to work as well? If they can do, it's not looking that great for Queen Walkers, but this match just has started, so nothing is over yet.
I have to say as well, in the war earlier with JX Tiger, not only were their defenses super powerful, as we've mentioned, they actually stepped it up massively on offense. Not only getting the stars, but also when you look at the attacks, you can see that they had skill, confidence, they had everything, and that is how they beat the Queen Walkers. It wasn't just the bases, they put the stars up as well. Remember, 14 stars is what they put on the board. But here we go, lightning spells early on in the middle of the base. It's again one of those box-style bases. Queen Walkers basically throwing everything at it with those.
Yeah, remember this base has done incredible versus Librax from Tribe. Really good defense right there. It seems like he has changed a couple of traps. I don't remember to have those tests in front of the tower the last time. But can his queen take down the tower? I think this is where the queen is supposed to go. But with all of those storages, with all of those hit points in front of the town hall, I don't know if that's looking so good. But let's see, it's no smash attack on the ring base, so they're switching things up and adapting on how those box bases are getting set up.
With the lava balloon, you've got to be very careful with them as well. Hence the lightning spells in the center. Now I do like that the Barbarian King has pushed it through into this scattershot compartment, and if that goes down early on, which it looks like it, that is a huge advantage. Wow. Not only in terms of damage, but in terms of pathing for this lava as well. Just looks a lot cleaner.
This looks really good for JX Tiger. We have now the Lalo coming in from the top left side. He's pushing in from the bottom side already as well. He has still the Slammer left to deploy. Now remember, the last time they used this base, the red mines were on the bottom right side around the scatter. The question now is, did they change this up? Otherwise, he has to save the warden ability for this area of the base. And there's the red bomb and the perfect warden ability.
Reaction times in order to make sure that none of those red air bombs matter. Queen Walker trying to switch things up here, not quite working out. And look at all of those balloons into the Stone Slammer. Hasn't even popped yet. And he's got the balloons on the right hand side in order to make sure that this main group of balloons just keeps condensed on the defenses in the middle. Oh my word. Look at all of those balloons. JX Tiger showing their strength.
Seeing those attacks, you're like, why did those bases defend so good so far? I mean, JX Tiger makes things look easy. 50 seconds left. He has more loons left than he started with. These Dragon Riders came out of nowhere. The Slammer, but still incredible attack so far from JX Tiger. And Queen Walkers really need to step things up on offense. Defense, we can see it. The defense this time cannot carry them. Now it's all about their offense and making sure that they're doing the magic, what they are famous for in the community, why everyone in the community loves them. And they have to show it now.
They do. They need to be creative and just knock the bases out of the park. King Ren actually attacks 30 to 50 times per day, he told us. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is Legend League attacks, potentially on multiple accounts. So again, you can see why he would be able to just rip apart the box-style base like this. And it puts a massive amount of pressure on Queen Walkers now. I mean, this is the grand final. Not only do they need to win this war, but the next, they trail. JX Tiger keep their foot on the gas. They get another 3-star. Queen Walkers, they've got to 3-star, otherwise it starts getting out of control.
Yeah, it is really impressive, especially like how clean those JX Tiger attacks look like. Really, really good execution. And now it's on Stars. Stars is in. And this kind of looks like a box base as well. Did they? They did not use this space so far, I'm pretty sure.
No.
And it's kind of Legend style looking, so I'm surprised that they're throwing up this space against Queen Walkers. Is this debate? I mean, a lot of those Queen Walker guys are having a YouTube channel, by the way, you should definitely check them out. And they're uploading their Legend attacks, which might be a bad thing, and maybe JX Tiger knows a couple of approaches to that. Who knows? Either way, Stars is coming in with the Blizzard Lava, his Legend-style attack, and there's the Blizzard, and he's even bringing in Hearsford to the party.
He is. He's got those Super Wizards exactly where he wants, continuing to turn them invisible. They're locked on the Royal Champion. Down she goes alongside the multi-target Inferno. So far, so good for start. Look at the obliteration on the Clan Castle troops there. Fantastic stuff. And like you said, I think this is an interesting tactic from JX Tiger, because Stars, I mean, he pushes on multiple accounts in Legends League. This is what he does. This is his bread and butter for Clash of Clans. So maybe we have a trick up our sleeve from JX Tiger.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And right now, he's pushing with his heroes into 4 ground expos. That's a lot of damage. That's indeed a lot of damage which he has to take through. But at the same time, if he's getting this Royal Champion into this core, this is looking crazy. 2 sweepers, multi-point towers, scatter shots, and he can still turn that Royal Champion invisible. So maybe that's looking good. And there's this Royal Champion I was talking about.
Direct into the middle. Perfect pathing with the exposed tanks on the king over there. Royal Champion can just slot into the middle of the base to take that out, not waiting for the lava loon. Once that Eagle artillery down as fast as possible, knows he's got the Queen ability. Town Hall is about to fall. Early Grand Warden ability means the balloons are protected as he deploys them in a couple of boosts. There's the red bombs into with the Lava Hound carrying all of them. Knows now the balloons are not going to hit that. And look at all of the spells he has left over!
Wow, okay, we can't pause this right here, because apparently it was not a good idea to use those Legend bases against Queen Walkers. JX Tiger not really, working or like having success with their, I would call it maybe mind games, because Stars is just smashing this base. There is no second day for this base anymore, and I think it's going to be deleted kind of quick.
Yeah, right after this, it is history. There we go, 3 stars from the Queen Walkers. What we are used to seeing, we're not used to seeing them struggle to this degree, but they do still trail to JX Tiger. They got a high percentage 2-star, so they've got to make sure that they take that into account. Any defense, it's likely that it could be below that, and then they'd be right in position to take the lead again.
Yeah, that's right, especially like when we're based on hit rates, where like we have to go for those stats, then we know that kind of like the worst attacker from JX Tiger is still to attack, or like let's say with the worst hit rate out of the team, which is crazy high, where like the attacker Jones having like around 35%-ish hit rate, which is not as high as his teammates, especially Vic, who is at 100%. So if you compare that, maybe there is still the chance of a fail then for Queen Walkers. So let's see if they can keep showing up, because this is like the crazy thing about JX Tiger, which impresses me so much. The players, which are supposed to have the lowest hit rate, are showing up non-stop for JX Tiger. And we have the new player on the board, and a really wild-looking base. If you need any new Legend base guys out there, then this war is yours. Those bases look all ready for Legend. So let's see what we're seeing next.
Oh, this can always be dangerous. He's got the Hydra moving in. Storm Slammer selected, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's waiting. Yeah, there we go, to swap that out to the Battle Blitz. Does actually use the Warden ability nice and early here, so maybe just having it there as a bit of a backup plan. Nicely pushing the dragons through, and a delayed battle blip means it should easily get through to that area. And even if there's any tracks in front of the town hall, it's still going to get there.
Yeah, that's right, but the native trap is delaying things, so the town point is not going to run out as quick as you would like to see. But right now, those heroes, with taking all of those expos out with his dragons, dragon riders, there's not too much damage left for those heroes to be taken down, which means the Royal Champion can be still sending. There is no heroes left. Where's the base?
He's not even deployed the Royal Champion yet, Itsu! The King ability left over, Queen ability! I think he could have probably swagged that Royal Champion. Look at the celebration showing you the JX Tiger logo. He knows this puts them in a fantastic position. 3 attacks. It will be 3 stars for JX Tiger. 2 more attacks, Itsu. That is all it will take to crown them as world champions, because if they continue 3-starring, Queen Walkers cannot catch up.
Wow, they're throwing so many different surges at those spaces. We have the Royal Champion finishing off the space in style. Poison not used, Queen ability not used, and the King has found so many barbarians leading the charge. And yeah, like, this is impressive. This is really impressive so far from JX Tiger. Like, not only they're the team with the best defense so far, I mean, they completely defended the Triad game, which other than that had a lot of perfect wars.
Yeah.
They defended Queen Walkers already earlier today on a really, really solid start. And at the same time, it feels like they're one of the best offensive teams as well. So this is making this team incredibly scary. And especially mindset-wise. Like, what is the mindset looking like right now for Queen Walkers? Like, they know they already lost to them, but at the same time, like, they have to stay in this even though they're behind.
Yeah, they need to keep... I mean, just try. What can you do? What can you do against this JX Tiger team? Also want to point out the victory over Bad Zinger as well, who obviously ended up being 4th in this tournament. So they defended them very well, and it shows the defensive power of JX Tiger. But as I mentioned a little bit earlier, Itsu, their offense has really stepped up this today, and their attacks are so skillful. But what perks your curiosity here?
We're seeing a completely crazy army. We see a Queen Charge with Sneaky Goblins, and that combined with Inferno Dragons and Dragon Riders. This army is crazy looking for Gaku. Really, really hoping that he can make this work, because it looks that's so cool. I love it when those players get like out of the default armies, right? Everyone has seen Packers Smash, everyone has seen already the regular armies, but no, like this strategy looks super cool. Right now he has a Iran selected, right? Like, we don't see this Siege Machine too often, so I'm really looking forward to see what exactly he has in store for us with this approach.
Can you remember what I said Gaku told us prior to this tournament? In that last War Games tribe, he said, do not select difficult plans. Well, yeah, take your own advice, Gaku. What on earth is this? Sneaky Goblins now in towards the Town Hall. There's some more bombs, but oh, the invisibility will be able to protect the Sneaky Goblins. With the Town Hall down, he knows he doesn't have to worry, and also pops the Tornado Trap there into which is huge bonus.
That's right, doing out the clan cuts as well. This is looking incredible for Gaku right now. We have that Queen charging forward, already dealing with that King nicely. And now the question is he just sending those Inferno Dragons with the Dragon Riders into the core? Or is he using the ramp like the Wall Wrecker? Yeah, it's like the Eagle? Maybe he's changing things up. I mean, he can still like change the Siege Machine, right?
Maybe he charges in and gets the Queen in towards the multi somehow from some sort of weird angle, but let's find out what he's got, because the Inferno Dragons do move in from that right-hand side with the Dragon Riders. Like you said, Giga Poison already gone, so he doesn't have to worry about it. There's the Wall Wrecker from the left-hand side, so it could give access in towards that multi-target Inferno, but also towards the Eagle Artillery and the enemy Queen.
He needs to be careful with his own Queen. The Queen is running low, especially because the defending Queen is close. He needs to freeze, he needs to freeze that. No! It's too late! The Queen is going down, the Warwick is opening exactly what he was hoping for, so it's really unfortunate that this Queen is going down. Can those Inferno Dragons and Dragon Riders carry this? It's not looking too good, Judo.
Oh, and he had balloons and a Dragon Rider inside the Wall Wrecker, but it didn't get get close enough to the multi. Fortunately, Grand Warden is there to take that out. But the Royal Champion still has an invisibility and the rage spell. Turns her off the invisible, but she goes down into. From bad to worse, is it enough? The smiles on his face. He is still going to be able to use that rage spell. 20 seconds. He is smiling. He looks confident. And remember, he's a couple of seconds ahead of us in this attack.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he just wanted to make things interesting, right? But this attack was incredible. Gaku did not took his own advice and is going with a simple approach. Instead, he's coming up with the War Raker, Queen Charge, Sneaky Goblin, Inferno Dragon, Dragon Rider strategy. I think that's a pretty long strategy name.
Yeah, I think he listed just about every trick there. I mean, it's in their nature. It's in their blood. They have to be creative. That's why we love them. And getting into the groove, I would say, with that attack. Maybe just realizing, hey, we need to just shake off the pressure, do what we need to do, and, you know, hope for a defense, because at the end of the day, we can repeat it. Queen Walkers can 3-star all they want. They already had a 2-star, so JX Tiger can triple out and win that trophy behind us.
Yeah, but that is easier said than done. Even though, yes, it's still JX Tiger, they're still really good, but still, for us it's easier said than done. Just reach out and win. Well, if that would have been that easy, I think a lot of more teams would have been like that, right?
Yeah,
so,
I'd be in here, right?
anyone would be in here. Everyone would just play in this World Finals. But now we have Joan. That's that. He is having one of the lowest hit rates for JX Tiger. So him 3-starring would be so important. And so far, all of those players which don't have the highest hit rate for JX Tiger, we're showing up. And this is one of those deadly box spaces which have incredible success for Queen Walkers so far. Can they make that work against JX Tiger as well?
Yep, they've had 3 wars this weekend, and he's only 3-starred once, which was with a Hydra-style attack. Now, with the lightning spells in the center, he did take down the multi-target Inferno. You can see the Tesla pop, so they are going to be repaired back up, and could mess the balloon pathing just a little bit. Has 2 poison spells up at that top area, and time ticking down a little bit here. However, with the lava balloon attack, it tends to be a little bit more forgiving than some of the other strategies we see.
I always have to smile when I see this golden king skin. Like, it's so huge. Like, I don't know, it's twice as big as the queen. And now all of those heroes are pushing towards that town hall compartment, trying to take on the Expos, the Inferno Tower, and the town hall itself, to make sure that this push towards the left side, towards the eagle side, is working. But Judo, he has 5 headhunters depending on the spring trap. He needs to take down Queen, Royal Champion, and King with those. It's not going to be easy.
It's not, hence why he took so many. I do love the funnel that was set up so the heroes went to the town hall, and you can notice the tornado trap also popped over there, so he knows, doesn't have to worry about that with the lava hounds and the balloons. The headhunters actually fought this spring trap, but they were able to run past it into, which is huge for this attack. Royal Champion goes down. I think the headhunters are gone.
I think he has 1 headhunter left to deploy, but this ground expo is giving him a lot of problems. Just those heroes. The queen is going down, the Royal Champion is going to the core, which means any red bombs are not getting triggered, and now it's all about the back and the scatter shot. Can the scatter shot go onto the Royal Champion? That would be huge. The Royal Champion is tanking, the loons are closing in, there's the freeze, Black Might, but I think it's looking good again.
I think this looks very good. He's got a couple of troops for cleanup, 40 seconds, lots of balloons, no splash damage, and the Royal Champion is underneath those balloons as well, just battering away at the defenses. JX Tiger not giving Queen Walkers any opportunity to catch up now, and we keep counting down the attacks. Just 1 more for them now. It's to 20 seconds. Balloons move across. They should be able to get to that clown castle pretty easily. Oh, there's all the red air bombs with the skellies, but with 10 seconds, minions move across. Oh my word, it would keep them ahead of the Queen Walkers on percentage, but it is a 3-star. They're not giving the Queen Walkers any opportunity. 1 more 3-star from JX Tiger is all that it takes for that beautiful trophy.
This is incredible performance from the entire team. Every player showing up. This is the secret. Like, it's not about 1 or 2 carries showing up at the World Finals. No, you need those 30, 40, even 15 stars to get to the next round, to win this World Championship. And so far, that's exactly happening for JX Tiger. Every single team member is showing off. And you can see hit rate, 53%. Showing up when it matters. getting this 3-star and giving Queen Walkers no chance of coming back, at least for now.
Remember, they have not been in this position. They've not got to any final. They showed up to one of our qualifiers back in August, our 4th, and they got the job done there. Seemingly no pressure, they made it through the upper bracket. I remember it clearly because nobody seemingly touched them back then, and I guess everyone just, forgot about them in terms of their prediction. They weren't at the top of anybody's list. But we've got the main man himself. Man, myth, legend, Klaus it is. Can he keep them in this?
That's the big question. There's the Blizzard coming in to take down the Scatter, the Queen, and even looting out this clan castle. But the Queen so far is hiding in that invisibility spell. Can he still take her down? But so far it seems like the Queen is sneaking away.
She is with the Super Wizards down. Queen will survive. He's lured the Ice Golems, which is something you always want to do, luring the Clan Castle with the Blizzard. He's got the pathing set up pretty nicely in that area, and I guess the good thing is the Battle Builders can't repair the Queen. So one quick shot and she will be down.
That would be an interesting mechanic right there. I mean, making the heroes more powerful on defense, but either way, he's right now dealing with those Ice Golems with his own King Golem. And, well, now he has to maybe push towards the tower. He has only 2 wall breaks, which means he can wall break even further into the single firm tower compartment. The question, though, is he having enough power? The Queen so far is under quite some fire, but the Unicorn is keeping her alive and in good shape.
Yep, Baby Dragon's funnel up top. He's deployed the Ice Golem, still has 1 Super Wall Breaker in order to try and get him pathing through. And notice those 2 Rocket Loons as well. I wonder if he's going to send something to that Archer Tower just to snipe that off on the outside of the base. There is the Super Wall Breaker. Gives him access to the single. Notice the King ability used early to spawn the Barbarians. Exactly what I said earlier on in the live stream. Gets him through the single, and he is dialed in for that Town Hall with now the main phase of the army. 6 o'clock.
This is looking so good. The biggest one right now, I guess, would be the defending Royal Champion, because he has to get his headhunters on the correct angle. So far, used already a couple of them to take down the King and the defending Queen. The native trip is getting triggered, but the War ability so far is keeping everything safe. Everything is relying on the second. Air defense, Expo, Scatter Dot is up, and this defending Royal Champion is keep shooting.
He's got 3 freeze spells. There is the first for the defending champion. She goes down. Rage spell to help him through that air defense. Oh, the Expo in the center survives. Good call there, Itsu. With the final freeze now used, he's got Dragon Riders and the Royal Champion. Does he have enough time? It does look good here for Klaus.
That's right. 24 seconds roundabout left. The minions on the right side are working. It would be huge if the Royal Champion could sail up, but the Royal Champion is going down and time is ticking. 15 seconds. Klaus needs that 3-star to keep Queen Walkers in this match, and we see already his reaction. He's not really looking happy with this elixir storage staying up, and he knows this is not looking good. Jake Tiger so far not have shown any possibility of a 1-star. This is exactly what Queen Walkers would need to have the chance of a comeback in this match.
They are not showing any weakness. Offensively, super strong. Defensively, holding back the Queen Walkers, not just in the first war today, but again here. Queen Walkers feeling against multiple bases, and this is it. JX Tiger, World Championship on the line. The safe 2-star gets him it. Does he go for the perfect Warrior to really close out this grand final in style?
I think at this point they're going the safe route. Like, I don't think they're going to risk.
1,000 on the line?
I mean, why not? Sure, you can go for it. I don't think they're going to go for it. They're going to try to go for this high percentage 2-star, or maybe just risking it all. But we know that only 2-star with good, decent percentage is already enough.
And that would rely on Queen Walkers getting the 3-star as well. And with the bases of JX Tiger, it's not an easy task. But here we go. I said at the start of this war, it's 5 attacks for JX Tiger. They have blitzed through 4 of them, just 1 remain. They are in the upper bracket. This will win them it. And it is a Queen Charge Dragon Rider from Mock. He is perfect so far. He has used this strategy twice throughout the tournament. 3-starred with it twice. And here we go. This is a championship winning attack.
It is indeed against one of those box bases. If a base can maybe save Queen Walkers, it has to be one of their box bases. Clankas is good, but the entire compartment is getting taken down with this one extra staying up. But that's where the Queen Charge is coming in to finish off the job. First off though, he has to deal with that Clankas while the Baker at the bottom side is doing a great job of really making sure that this Queen is not going into the wrong direction. This will be the worst possible scenario.
Making sure that she goes exactly where he wants. Does he just send the king into that town hall, get it down, and make sure he gets the 50%? I mean, he is closing in on 20%, so another 30, and that would be it. Here we go. King is going to be used on that side with the sneaky goblins to take down the storages. We can almost guarantee that town hall percentage is racking up. It's looking good for JX Tiger, but he's keeping his cool. Balloon used in front of the healers, now engaging the enemy queen, but still managing to hold this attack with everything on the line.
Needs to be careful though. There's the Debian coming in for the Expo. The defending king as well. The channel's going down, you said it. And now it's all about the percentage. The king is really threatening that queen, but with that queen ability, she's staying alive. The Dragon Riders are coming from the right side, and he's closing in on those 2 stars.
He needs 5%. Oh, there we go. It's to 49. Surely 50%. JX Tiger are your newly crowned world champions, but can they do it with a perfect war? Dragon Riders flying through the right-hand side of the base. Royal Champion taking out that multi. This is class at its best from JX Tiger. This base is history.
Yes, it is. The Dragon Riders are closing in. Even the tank giant at the top left, making sure the queen is staying alive a little bit longer. But wait a second, this Edifice is trying to somehow save the 3rd star. The Dragon Riders, though, they're coming in and getting it down. And yes, there is no better way than winning a world championship than with the perfect war. This is just true showcase of skill and power from JX Tiger.
The only team to get a perfect war alongside Tribe Gaming, and they held it for the main event. Grand Finals, perfect war. This is what we like to see. JX Tiger have snatched the trophy despite all odds, and they can take a bow, they can celebrate. Perfect war. What more is there to say? Smiles all around, and so they should.
Yes, I feel like Mark not really is sure if they actually won. He's actually thinking about, but yeah, like his teammates are there to celebrate. What an incredible match that was from JX Tiger. Offense, defense, they had everything through this entire week and through all of those matches. And this is just so impressive. I mean, defending one team, yeah, defending 2 teams, okay, defending Queen Walkers as well. What is going on?
What is going on? There's those post attacks. He even looks fierce in his picture, ready to pounce and 3-star your base. Beautiful job. I don't think there's anything more to say about JX Tiger. They've been so impressive. There you go, my friends. Take that trophy home. But let's close out with the Queen Walkers. They've been super impressive themselves. We can't shadow that fact. Getting 2nd for another year on the bounce. That is consistency from this team. But let's see what Unica 14 can do. Can he close out with a 3-star for the Queen Walkers?
Yeah, that's the question, but I don't know if they like this consistency. I think they would have liked to step things up, but either way, Utah coming in with one of his special strategies, special power, if you want to call it, which is this Queen Charge Lalo. He's so good at it. We have seen records from him where he Queen Charge Lalo base, or the Lalo power was more like 30 seconds, like people are already calling the time fell, but he was completely cool. But wait a second, I think this attack is not going to plan, but maybe he can just rip the 3-star out of his head.
Well, he's learned how to be flexible from his teammates, so now is the time for it to show off, because we know the Queen Walkers do like to show off. That's why we love them so much. But where's this Queen going though, Itsu? Oh my word. She's on a mission to the outside of the base, I think. Or does she reroute back to the expo here? Yep, I think she might. Nope.
I think that's actually good for him, because he had no chance of wall breaking into the Singapore tower, and with this route, the queen is not in range of that. So this might be actually a good thing, especially because he's reacting right now and trying to push that queen now from a different angle into the tower compartment, which looks way better because the Singapore tower is not threatening his queen right now. The question though is, can he flip everything which he has planned around? Because we know the queen charge was supposed to go towards the eagle. He already invested the king, the tower now is slowing down, but the eagle should be activated soon. We all know if the eagle is locking onto the healers, this is really bad news for him.
It is indeed deadly, and I want to point out the time. You mentioned Unit 14 can get the attacks done fast, but he has had to invest not just troops here, but the time for the Queen charge. We're getting down to a final minute. Can he still pull this off with the Clan Castle troops now engaging? Single is locked on. He's going to have to use another freeze here, Itsu. You've got to say, he is handling this incredibly well, but the Lalo has to start. We're into the final minute.
That's right, he's coming with the Royal Gem from the spot right side, but the Royal Gem is not getting the value which he needs. The headhunters are coming too late. There's another freeze. He's doing a lot of multitasking right now. The question though is, with those red bombs coming up and no more ability left, I don't think this is going to be enough. Even more red bombs are hitting, and this means all of those loons are gone.
He's trying his best. Look at how quick he is with his fingers as well to try and get this attack back on track, but it's not going to be enough. At least the silver lining here, Itsu, is that no matter what Utah 14 did, it wouldn't have been enough. If this was required to be a 3-star, he might have felt this a lot more. But the Queen Walkers take second place in the 2021 World Championships. He's managed to spin this attack round incredibly well. They are the second best team in the world. But do you know who is best? It is JX Tiger. There they are, your 2021 World Champions for Clash of Clans.
What an impressive performance, holding back Queen Walkers not once to 12 stars, but twice, beating every single team in this competition without losing once. JX Tiger being the new world champion.
There they are with the beautiful arena fireworks around the trophy, and they can now smile and celebrate. The golden look overpowers the arena as JX Tiger are crowned our new world champions here, Itsu. They've been impressive from start to finish. It might have been a double elimination tournament, but that wasn't required for JX Tiger. 4 wars, 4 wins, and a perfect war to round it up. This is Supercell HQ in Helsinki, Itsu. There we have it, the Clash of Clans logo for the World Championship.
Let's go.
Fireworks there as well.
It's looking so cool with that firework, making sure everyone sees this new world champion JX Tiger on the Helsinki HQ. This is looking so cool.
Look at that. They can celebrate in style. They'll be wanting to screenshot this for sure. Lighting up the side of the Supercell building. That looks amazing. And the Chinese team can celebrate throughout the rest of the year because nobody can take this title away from them, Itsu.
This is just truly powerful. We have seen JX Tiger the first time really on the big stage in the warm-up of this year. In the early stage where everyone was being shocked by their performance. They were doing so great earlier then, and since then, coming once to the qualifier, qualifying and smashing everyone in this finals event. Take a look at those stats. We have even attack in under 2 minutes, 1 minute 47 seconds. I mean, could it get even more dominant than this?
It cannot. They have showed their strength. I remember casting that World Warm-Up tournament with you, Itsu. You called JX Tiger to be powerful this season, and that might have been the one prediction you did get right. JX Tiger going all of the way. Wow, everybody can say they've been impressed by them.
I don't know if I should be proud or go completely into the wrong direction. But yeah, you said it. JX Tiger showing off over the entire year with their skill. As well in the community leagues, really nicely done, showing what they can do. And especially in this event, they're showing that if you have time to prepare, you can do so much. Even with the current meta with base speeding, I think every team, 12 stars was the highest which they have received on defense. This is just incredible. Their base speeding team is just on a different level than anyone else.
It really was, and they stepped it up offensively as well. True champions here, and they can take the trophy home being happy. I've got to say that this event, JX Tiger aside, has been incredible. This weekend of Clash of Clans has been next level, really showing the depth of the teams that we have here in the esports scene. And I want to congratulate every single one of them. Huge upsets all around, and really shapes things up for the future, it seems.
That's right, it's going to be all mixed up again, because like we had so many upsets, we had so many newcomers overall through this event. So I'm super excited for a breakdown, because we're going to go to the tennis trader to see which attack is going to be breaking down.
Yes, and we have a huge announcement after that too, but let's find out with Common Thing.
Yes, absolutely. What a war we had. Congratulations to JX Tiger. And we're going to be breaking down an attack that came in from JX Tiger, which was Vic. And surprisingly enough, he did not miss a single attack this whole weekend. So what did he do? He took on this box space. Let's go and play it here and break down the box spaces that have stalled off so many teams in this tournament here. So this Warden is able to help grab this value right here. The big thing you want to take a notice is the jump spell initially. When Tribe Gaming took on the box spaces from Queen Walkers, what happened was as his troops went around, they went up and around, and that was really bad. Everything walked. But this jump spell now gives him access to directly step his way into the scatter shot and move towards this Eagle artillery. And notice, he's got himself a log launcher as well. So that log launcher is going to be pushing all the way across the town hall, even though the jump spell is even down, because he wants to get everything through. And watch this. When does he pop the Warden ability? Nice and early, so that he can grab all this value and continue his way through. Well, now how do you take out the multi-target Inferno on the left? Well, that is where he sends the King and wall breaks over there, so you can see how everything is taken out. Well, what about the multi-target on the bottom side? Well, that is the Royal Champion's job. So every single defense, the Inferno Towers have something to take down. The King takes down one. The Royal Champion takes down the other, as the P.E.K.K.A. Smash takes down the whole core of this space. And beautifully, there's the Royal Champion, there's the King. They continue their way through and get all that value. Had the jump spell as well to bust outside the back end of the wall, and then he was able to 3-star. Unbelievable. Vic, what a performance you put on here inside of the Clash of Clans World Championship. But now let's go ahead and toss it over to Judoslav, who will be having an interview with the new World Champions.
Thank you, Carbon. It is my pleasure to interview John of JX Tiger with kind assistance from a translator. Let's start out. You are the new world champions for Clash of Clans. How do you feel?
你有什么感觉呀？赢了这场比赛？
你好，我感觉现在就是作为一支新的队伍，我们在赢得了2项的成就是非常大的鼓励，然后我们明年也会继续努力，然后保持最好的自己。
Okay. He feels it's a very big encouragement for him and his team, and they are gonna do the best in the next year and keep going.
Absolutely, I'm sure that you will. You were strong with attacking and defense in the wars. What was your thoughts moving into that final matchup, knowing that the Queen Walkers are such a fan favorite and did get the prediction from pretty much everybody?
这个你们的对手是一个非常强大的队伍，你们是怎么想的？要跟他们进行竞争？那有没有之前对这个队伍做过一些什么了解啊？然后
我们对
研究之类的。
我们对每个队伍都有研究，都有对进行数据的统计，包括他们擅长什么流派、打什么流派，包括他们的阵型特点。不只是 Green Walker， 所有的队我们都有进行很好的了解，所以这样才能在面对不同的对手，才能及时的做出恰当的应对的方法。
They did very much research about the Queen's Walkers and other teams, so that they can get the good result in this match.
It certainly showed. I mean, you were very powerful. I do want to ask, as world champions, is there any advice that you would give to the viewers at home that maybe want to improve their own gameplay?
作为冠军，你有什么建议给其他的玩家，然后以便他们提高自己的技术，去更好的体验这个游戏吗？
我觉得首先这个游戏是分进攻和防守的。进攻方面就平时多冲杯，多练习的反应能力，然后多打，多总结，然后也要多看看别人打的，学习一下别人的思路。然后这是在进攻方面，防守上就是要研究对手他怎么打什么的，才能更好的防守。
Okay. He said it's everyone needs to be more practiced and to watch more great teams playing this game to learn more from the videos and experiences.
Fantastic advice. Congratulations again for winning. Thank you so much for joining us. Any quick shout-outs you want to give as well before we close out here?
还有什么想要喊的话吗？
还想分享我们的喜悦给每一位关心和支持队伍发展的粉丝朋友们。我们将仍然坚持我们的初心，心如止水，宠辱不惊。我们很享受这样的比赛，谢谢大家。
Okay, thankful for everyone, every fans, and supporting them, and they will keep their work and be more better.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you so much for joining. Go and celebrate, and also get ready to spend that $250,000. Congratulations and thank you once again.
准备好接收你们的奖金吧，好好的享受这个兴奋的时刻。
Thank you so much. I do have to join my fellow casters because this is the trophy JX Tiger have just won. What did you make of all of that comment?
Oh, it was incredible, Judo, to see JX Tiger going from the upper bracket, not losing a single match there. They showed exactly why they deserve to be your new champions here.
And not just undefeated, but with a perfect war to end things off. Nova Esports, Alternate Attacks, and now JX Tiger are the only three teams that can lay claim to the title of World Champions.
And I really think it just shows that this is for anyone. Any team can come in and claim this victory. Great to see JX Tiger with a solid performance coming through as the new world champions.
And I just want to highlight in what passion they did this. They defended every single match on at least 12 stars. Offense-wise, they were one of the best teams in the entire competition. So I think there was no question about who was, in this tournament, the best team.
They certainly proved that they were the best team, winning from the upper bracket. You mentioned 2019 Nova. Wei was the MVP back then. Last year with alternate attacks, it was Volley. And this year, we can inform you that Vic of JX Tiger is your most valuable player. GG to him, pulling in those 3 stars again and again, being the first attacker of his squad as well. What do you make of all of that, Woody? Vic, he was next level.
He sure was. Congratulations to him for his perfect performance and to all of the JX Tiger players. I know Yone said that he wanted to go out on an offshore party, so I'm sure John's going to take the rest of them off for a huge celebration now. That's going to be it for the 2021 Clash of Clans competitive year, but I do have one quick announcement before we wrap, because on behalf of Supercell, I am pleased to announce that next year, 2022, we'll have another season of Clash of Clans esports.
Yes!
Tune in to all of our social media channels where you can find more details forthcoming. They'll be out shortly, and we can't wait to show you what is coming next in the world of Clash. Until then, thank you very much to the cast and crew, to my fellow casters up here as well, to all the players who competed and put their heart and soul into this event, as well as the viewers out there who make this show possible. You are the reason why we are out here. We are so glad to once again be back again for this awesome show. So that's going to be it. Thanks very much. Have a great evening, and until next time, Clash on. Clash on. The top 8 teams from around the world.
The JX Tiger with the pressure on.
Get into the action. Absolutely stunning performance here. Badsinger taking down the reigning world champion.
I love how the Battle Flip takes down the Town Hall.
The Yak is going to watch this 3-star.
You got the 3-star, and Badsinger will move on to tomorrow's matches.
Gets a 3 stars, hype ended. JX Tiger will be advancing to the grand finals.
Netmax bringing it in for Drive Gaming. They are going to bring home the third 3-star here, Garvin.
Exorcist is making this look easy.
And it's getting pretty hot here in the studio, though, as there's only 3 teams left, and we have already seen some incredible wars so far.
3 stars for Klaus.
I can see a little bit of a smirk starting to be there on Unit 14's face.
The grand finals have arrived!
Come on, Vic, you can start to celebrate, my thing. I think you could have probably swagged that Royal Champion. Look at the celebrations. This is history! The golden look overpowers the arena as JX Tiger are crowned our new world champions here into